All right, all right, all right. We're almost there. Just a little black screen, but here we are. Thank you very much for joining. I am B-Ball Joe, and this is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, Season 3, Farewell, but also the preview of update 0.8.6.x. I don't know what you're going to get when it comes out, but this is on the internal branch now. So, yeah, I want to show you what's going on. And it's really, there are so many cool things going on, which will probably change how you play the game. Not even kidding, not trying to be clickbaity or anything. There are a lot of changes that are coming. Peter has discussed them with the internal testers, and I'm sure he's going to share that with you guys when it's ready. I will try to get into a couple details today, but essentially everything, everything you know and love is going to get either harder if you choose to, or just change a little bit, and, you know, everything is going to matter more, which, to me, personally, that is exactly what I was looking for. That's all I ever wanted. That's what I assume would happen once loyalty comes out, because it feeds into a lot of things. And honestly, loyalty is not the main thing that we have to worry about anymore. So it's going to be great. This is just still Season 3. Maybe I'll just jump on top of that helicopter. Yes, I did get a bigger helicopter. Where'd you go? There you go. Just so we can see something, because there is a lot of cool stuff going on. Gee, thank you. How about we slow down speed a little bit, because we don't really need that, because I also need to catch up on this on the chat, which, hey, let's use the first few minutes to talk about a couple organizational things, say hello to everyone, and then maybe do a little self-promo, because I usually do that at the very end, but let's use this live stream to help me a little bit, help you. How about that? Yeah, sounds great. You don't really have a choice there, sorry. There's a piece of light that's right in front of me, so I'm gonna, there's like a window there, and the window screen has some holes. You can see them, like right here is like landing strips. I will try to stay out of those. We'll see how that goes. But let's read. The Seraph, how's it going? Mr. K, good to see you. Sunizan, yes, hi, how's it going? Coco, hey. Ozone, hello. John Stasny? Hello, how's it going? Ja, Coco, wie geht's? Das ist richtig, ich bin Deutsch. Für jetzt erstmal, vielleicht werde ich Amerikaner irgendwann. Patrick Pataki, official Gulags, very good. Masei Gashi... Massier. No, that's wrong, sorry. Yahtzee, how's it going? Master 1941, hello. And then Sabro. Howdy! Yes, good to see everyone. I recognize a few names from the reviews, from the people that gave me reviews. I recognize, obviously, a lot of names from the Discord channel, which, hey, personal promo here. Come to the Discord, because there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of different things just happening all the time, and if you have questions, if you have any inspirations, if you have anything that you want to share, if you have anything that you want to do with others, it's a great place. It's a great place for working with resources and other games as well. So I highly recommend you check it out. It's free. At some point there was a paywall. You had to be a Patreon or a YouTube member, but I no longer do that, and since then, honestly, it's been helping. It's been helping, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and if you ask a lot of people here in the chat, they're also part of the Discord channel. They can tell you what's going on. The Discord is always, link to the Discord is always in the descriptions of 98% of my videos. I'm trying to put it in all of them, but sometimes I forget. So please come hang out there. On other notes, hey, I have a Discord and I have a YouTube membership. Maybe check that out. For, I think Patreon starts at $1. It's really not... It's, if you want to support me in other ways than just watching my videos, there's a chance. YouTube membership, same thing. I always share the save files that I have. Right now it's only Season 3, but if there are any of the reviews that you want to see, I don't have a problem with sharing those as well, so just let me know. Post it there. Anything else? Really important? Well, Twitter. This is, I still have, right now I have 4 giveaway keys. I can probably ask for more if I really want to, but right now I have 4 giveaway keys, still left over from last time, because the last stream was very poorly attended. Let's go with that. If you want some of those, we'll do the same as usual. You have to be able to respond to me via Twitter. Easiest is to just follow me on Twitter. I know it's not the favorite thing of everyone, but I need a way to actually contact you. We can use Discord, but your username potentially is different, and I usually use Twitter to give me a timing of who responded first to something. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to go to different platforms and figure out what you're doing there and how you're doing it and who did what and when and where and all that stuff. So I don't want to get into that. If you don't have the game yet, or if you want the game for a friend, colleague, whoever, or if you just want an extra game key, follow me on Twitter. We will have, I'm hoping to give away all 4 keys today. Depends a little bit on how many people are actually coming here, but I really hope that we can do that. Same thing as usual, just a couple very simple questions, potentially, maybe not even a real question, maybe it's just something. Can you point? It's like, I spy red. It's just like, what was red at that moment when I said that? Something very simple, nothing too complicated, especially since you don't have the game. I don't expect you to necessarily know the game. Enough of me though, there are a couple more people. Nacht, hallo, wie geht's? Sullivan, hey, Patrick, yeah, Mac. I'm gonna say Mac from now on. He says don't even try with the name. I won't. If you watch any of the Transport Fever 2 stuff, I'm terrible at names, and there was someone that was really offended by that. I don't know. I don't know why. It's a name, and if it's a real name for a real thing, I will try my best and probably screw it up, and then I will say sorry. If it's a fake name, I won't try my best, and I won't say sorry because it's a fake name and I don't care. Like, the names that I see in the chat, those are real names because they're attached to you. The names that I see in games, not real names. They're not attached to anything. They're not necessarily real. Pretty simple. Patrick, wonder when we finally get the bicycle for strong socialist legs. Yes, that'd be nice. Seraph, don't make Discord sound evil. That's just rude. John Darian, hey, been looking forward to this one. I have been too. Kayamaya, how is it going? Patrick, lazy to read. Thank you for doing the work for me. Thank you for throwing a little in the bucket there. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Russell, guten Tag. Yeah, sounds like we have a lot of Germans here. That's very nice. Very nice to see. Yeah. Now, just last thing, be civil in the chat, because if you're not going to chat much longer. We have Mr. Seraph there and myself, so behave yourselves. I never had problems, but I feel like I should probably mention that at least once or twice at some point. Yeah, and just post something that YouTube doesn't flag as something, because I won't go in and check everything all the time, because I will probably miss every once in a while. So don't be mad at me if I don't see exactly what you see. It is easiest to say at @BBallJoe if you have something that you want me direct to respond, because then it pops up a little differently on my screen, so I can actually read it. But you probably know that already, because I doubt this is the first time you are in a live stream on YouTube, so... What else do we have there? Patrick, Sabre, we're getting overrun by Dance Dance Revolution. Ouch. Master, works and resources, just like Farming Cylinder, are very popular in Germany. Indeed. The Devonian, how's it going? Yeah, good to see you all. Thanks for coming. That was my spiel just to get into this, and I need to do one quick thing. My windows are not exactly on what I want them to be on. There we go. I want to see the time that we actually been spending. I have until about 2:30. That's the reserve time that everyone agreed on in the household. So that's what I have. It's a little over, it's definitely over 2 hours, and we'll see how things are going. If you saw the thumbnail, I put all the buildings that we have available today over here. But that's not where we're gonna start. I will try to make this Season 3 save work with Crime and Justice. Ouch. There's a microphone in front of me, and I shouldn't move my hands like this because I just hit it, and you probably heard something really weird. Sorry about that. But I will try to make Season 3 work with Crime and Justice. I tried it briefly last week when I was thinking about having a stream, but it wasn't available on Internal Branch yet, and things were not working very well, so I tried it. And let me tell you, pretty much my whole Republic died right away because of a bunch of tweaks that didn't happen yet at that point. They are still working on them, which is why this is just an internal branch at the moment. It's not perfect, so if you see something that's not great, definitely point it out, but don't worry about it too much. They are working on this, and they've made huge strides last week in making this playable again and making it actually work. So I want to see if this can actually work with Season 3. So the first thing we're going to do is go to game settings, and then over here on your current branch, this is not working yet, but if I click it, I can enable it. Wink, wink. Yes. No, this is exciting. And that's what we're going to start with. We're going to change stuff, and here we are. Now, there are a lot of things that are very different. And Mac, people do you have the train distribution office? Yes, we do. And we'll get to all of them. The train distribution office is something I will play in between after we set up everything for crime and justice to replace a bunch of the trains that we don't actually need in other things. I'm really excited for that. So yes, that is something that we will pay a lot of attention to, because the crime and justice itself is going to take a lot longer to bed in and actually make something happen. So keep all of that in mind. We may actually spend some money on getting some citizens in the not the capital, but the secondary capital, and see how all of that goes. I should actually, no, I won't. I won't distract myself right now. So yes, new buildings. I'll just show you the buildings real quick. They were in the screenshot at the beginning, but they're pretty simple. You have police station, looks like this. Ooh, I'm not going to build it because I actually would like to have my construction officers build them. Then, and a police station is very similar to a secret police, as in it has a range. It looks like this, and it's only for a certain range of your republic, usually just a city. I think they all have about the same range, so keep that in mind. Pretty cool. That's the police station. Then you have the courthouse. It's a longer building, also really big building. It has workers and judges. Sorry, the police building actually uses 20 regular workers and 40 educated workers, or university educated workers. Very important. It uses a lot of those. Then a courthouse uses 50 workers and 30 judges. But a courthouse does not have a range. You can have one courthouse per your republic, anywhere in the republic, and the cases will go to the courthouse. But the courthouse may get overloaded with cases, and if you don't solve all your cases, happiness will go down in your republic. Very important, because happiness is a huge factor now. And it's really hard to get there. Look at my stats right now. They're 89 and 92. I bet this number ends at 60, in the 60s, or maybe even lower at the end of the stream. I won't bet that, but I think there's a good chance that that will happen. Same with health, because the maximum number for happiness that you can achieve right now, without using TV and radio plus cars to increase your happiness more, plus a little random factor, is 80%. So you can only get up to 80% happiness now if you do everything right from the old games. And that means your average productivity in your workers is not 100%. It's just at 80%. Like 80% happiness translates to something of sub 100% of productivity, which is very important now. Woo! Lots of words. But this is the court. Yep, looks pretty. Has a bunch of workers there, and it's very good. And then we have a prison. The prison is currently huge, and it costs a lot of money. If I just turn on the auto build, the prison costs, it doesn't help you because we are in 2010. It's very expensive, let's put it that way. Otherwise, it's just hard to explain. It's very expensive, and you have to supply food, clothes, and meat. Not electronics, but you do have to supply meats. This is the same as the courthouse. You only need one, well, one can cover your whole republic until it's full. Once it's full, well, you don't have more spaces. Plus, if you don't have enough workers for it, then you will have more escapes. Anytime you have an escape or someone go home from the prison, it may affect the happiness in the surrounding areas of wherever that person goes. I think if they, and I haven't tested this 100% yet, but if they go home before their sentence is over, people around them will be unhappy. Also, the person that comes out of the prison generally has 0 happiness, but once they get out, they get a random happiness boost. I saw they jumped up to about 35%. I think the range is somewhere between 10 and 50%. It's just configuration, but just be aware that when they come out of prison, they have some happiness. In prison, they don't have much happiness. Also, you can use prisoner to do work. Not every kind of work. The only thing I know so far is farms and mines. They can work there, but you need a prison bus for that. You can't just use a regular bus. Okay, enough babbling on. Why am I paused? I didn't mean to be paused. What I really meant to do was get started. So we need police stations in all of our cities, otherwise we cannot handle crime at all, period. So let's throw one wherever they belong, and make sure that our different construction offices get something done. Let's just, yeah, we're going to assign some helicopters for this as well, just to make it faster. So we have one there. We definitely need one here. Secret police, yeah, you're pretty full. That's good. Oh, another change that I can talk about right now is university education will change drastically. There are no workers in this area. Like, drastically. As in, right now, it takes about 1 in-game year. Did I build it? No, didn't build it. It takes about one in-game month to educate your people to become university educated. And that is, well, you could argue that's a relatively long time, or it's really fast. That's changing. There will be a randomly added bonus, or just... It won't be just that anymore. It will take up to at least 3 months, and I'm talking like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it will take up to 3 months, at least 3 months, up to 6 months of education to get your education from from 1.0 to 2.0. But that means people will be inside the university for longer, or will need to be in the university for longer than that. I don't want to deal with this. I just needed a place where I could do this. Okay, fine. So your dorms that currently honestly are not really used may be really useful, because you need people to be more concentrated to go to school for longer periods of time. So now they have a real place in the game, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, a lot of little changes. Too steep? No. Did I see one there? I believe I missed 1 or 2 chat messages there. If you want to just repeat them, because they are at this point out of my screen. And when I get to them, I will get to them, I promise. There we go. Okay. Yep, just built that. Make sure we assign someone to this. Good. And someone to this. Good. And that should be fine. Should be done relatively soon. And we can also auto-build this if we really, really want to later on, but I really hope I don't have to. Yeah, what's going on over here? Yahtzee, a heating problem popped up a few minutes ago. Maybe we should check that out too. Oh gosh, yeah, I do need to watch my notifications more, but there is a heating, this one, potentially. Oh, down here. I mean, technically, their heating problem... Oh, another change. I'm glad you brought that up. Another change that is part of the game in my branch now is, up to now, when workers left their... Oh, sorry. Once a workplace became available in an industry, a worker somewhere in a residence would go to that workplace, right? In the time that it takes the resident to go from his residence, his or her residence, to the place of work, nobody else would work in that place of work for that work spot. They changed that. They optimized it so you have your productivity higher, which means this number should stay higher for longer, and you have people actually going out there while other people are occupying the spot that they need. I don't know exactly what the optimization is, but essentially it means that you should be able to keep your industry staffed higher for longer. So bringing in more people all the time may be better, and the frequency may not matter as much as it does right now. But just... Gosh, that light is really annoying, isn't it? It's just something that they changed, and it should be nice and cool and good to have. What do we have here for people? Not a lot. That's fine. But yeah, the heating problem, I wouldn't worry about it too much right now. We're still at 8 degrees Celsius, so we should be fine. But we'll just keep an eye on that. But the problem is, this heating plant, I know that is in and out more often, but I think with the new mechanic that is changing. So we'll just keep an eye on that. I think that will be good. Couple more police stations, and then we can worry about setting up the actual justice arm of everything. I could probably put you out here and hope there are enough workers out on this edge. If I have to, I will add a bus line here. Hope I don't have to, though. Get that one there, get that one there, get this one assigned. Again, helicopters can do most of... Helicopter? What are you doing? Assign construction mode. Thank you. Helicopters, you can do most of the work, and the rest can do the rest of the work. Cool. There's one... I have too many cities to do this retrofittedly, but you will have to do this, because if you don't solve crime in your city, you will have problems with your happiness, and that's just going to kill your republic, because low happiness... Oh, come on, I need power. There's power over there, there's a little power there. Low happiness in your republic just translates to low productivity, and low productivity means none of your... Do I have another power connection available here? There's that. Oh yeah, we have a couple more power connectors there. So we'll just Plop you out here where I had planned originally, and then we're fine. But yeah, the low productivity kills. And I do think they want to adjust that right now. I hope they don't over-adjust it, because one of the things that is cool and devastating at the same time, right now you can have one store handle a lot of people. Look at this. These are, well, 21 workers can handle 165 people. That is, one person can essentially serve 8 shoppers. It's pretty good. And this is at 80% productivity. If you look at it, oh, actually this one has 136%. So it's a really good republic, high happiness, high loyalty, no alcohol, all of this, and that is fine. Once this all levels in, the crime and justice comes in, alcohol becomes important again, because it's one of the only factors that can increase happiness to a high level. But if you give them alcohol, health decreases to a pretty significant level too, so you level those out. Now, if happiness is really high, I'm using my hands here, if you look at the little picture on your little phone, it's probably not going to work, but if happiness is really high, your productivity is really high. But if health is really high, your birth rate is really high. What you want is both, but you can't have both anymore at the same time, because if you give them alcohol, their health will be down, your birth rate will be down because of that, but productivity may be up. So you will have to start adjusting your cities to either be there for increasing your public population or increasing your public wealth, which is awesome. You're adding more of these things. And then just loyalty plays into that. I think low loyalty decreases your happiness, and so on and so on. And someone should really make a test about that. I don't know if I'm the person. I'm not patient enough. Is probably the best way to describe it. So keep all of that in mind, please. Let's see. Footpath. Why is there a footpath over here? It's fine, whatever. Put one there. Get this one built. Number 3 can come out here. Cool. Yes. Am I missing something? Nice. Better path banding for workplaces. Sure. I'm going to start my new map so I can play around with it. Yes. Patrick, usually give them alcohol. They seem to only go for alcohol if they can't satisfy their needs. Yes, they also changed the amount of what they need all the time. We're going to look at that later, because I do need to get these police stations set up right now. Otherwise, we're just not going to see much of the crime and justice in action. So, yeah, but what was changed was the amount that they need something and the frequency of which they need it for, by, like, how often they're going to request whatever they get. And all that is really impacting everything that you want to do, because now they will want alcohol more than before. And every time they want alcohol and you don't supply it, there's a pretty hefty happiness penalty. So if you don't supply alcohol, happiness goes down, which is why the max regular happiness, as you've done before, is only 80%. But then again, if you do supply alcohol, then your health will go down, which means your birth rate will go down, blah, blah, blah. I'm just repeating that. But all of that plays into a lot of just gameplay of everything that you're used to is going to change. And again, it's pretty awesome. I hope I can fit one here. I have so many police stations that I have to fit in. This is ridiculous. Terrain. This. Cool, cool, cool. I do believe, and I'm not 100% sure about this, there may have been some new vehicles in this update. I don't look for them very often, but I think that was a thing that happened. Can we just F2 maybe? Should be high. Oh, there's one. Nope, we should be good. Get this one, get this one. There we go. Actually flip you around so I have the entrance on this side. On this side. There you go, that wasn't that hard. This is in walking range of a bunch of places, so I'm not worried about it. Let's assign this to number 3 again, and to number 2. No construction office, have path to their construction. Number 2, I said. There we go. Okay, turn that one off, and then we still have the oh, there are 2 more cities. 3 more cities, wow. I didn't realize how many cities I actually had in this game until just now. Which is, hey, it's cool. But yes, I hope we can use this, and we're going to play this for a while. I hope we can use this this playthrough, or this update, as a not a template, but just an idea of all the things that you have to do to make things work. There's a bus station here, so I'm pretty sure this would get enough connection. All the things that we have to do to get things working and set up, and just getting used to the new branch, the new update, and that will be great. This one I think is the last one. Now it would be really cool if we had smaller buildings yet. I did talk to Peter about that because at this point your startup to get a city going is hugely expensive, much more expensive than before, because without all of these extra things, and I gotta play with that because I haven't played around with it enough, all these extra things that you have to build now are simply really, really expensive, which on one hand is really cool, on the other hand is really, really expensive. So someone has to pay for that and actually has to make sure that all happens the way it's supposed to happen. Oh nice, there's a dirt road there, perfect. So yeah, everything's expensive, and if you just start with the normal hard mode money, you're probably not gonna make it. Like, there's not enough money to go around for you to take care of everything that you need to go take care of. So you have to take loans out. I didn't mean to actually build this guy, so let's just get this one started. And yeah, it's honestly, I think it's a great thing, but it's something to consider, and loans will just become more of a must than a could. That's really the main difference. Let's get this one in here. Yep. Stop being funky. There you go. Thank you. Stop it. Just put it in there. I don't want that connection. I know that. Bulldozer. Using the bulldozer there is just brave. That looks good. Get me this one. I will ignore the capital for now because there's not a lot of activity that I expect from there. Oh, there's a bus station here. Perfect. Let's get one connected from here. Yep. Just because if there's nothing that we need to worry about there, and there shouldn't be a lot of people there right now, life should be pretty good. Let's give this to number 4 and to number 2, just the building. Cool. That looks good. What's going on over here? B-Ball Joe, does multiple TV radio stations do anything, like a station for propaganda and the other one for entertainment? I heard that I don't know. For Forzion just posted something in one of the channels saying that you can't stack TV and radio stations, but I'm not sure if that means if you have all of them set to propaganda, that only one of them really counts. Not quite sure how that works. And then maybe some broadcasting towers or cell towers for broadcasting range increase talks that are going on that I saw. He suggested it. I don't know if it's an actual thing. But I don't know. Someone should test that. And yes, TV and radio will also be a part that you probably want to have in your New Republics, because I played a populated map on the Discord sometime last week. And one of the problems was the sport is a huge factor on health now. It has been, but it's a bigger factor now. Again, you need health to have higher birth rates. The problem was on the populated map, everyone had such low sport percentage that your health was low because of that. But there wasn't a lot of demand for sport. So they would never get the health benefits and the health increase or the sport increase at that point because they didn't want health. Often they didn't want anything. So I think you want to use a radio station to encourage more of something that you need in your republic. So I feel like it's a lot more of a necessity than not. Like I built a radio station over there because I wanted to, not because I needed one. This helps a little bit with loyalty, but that's about it. So yeah, I think it's definitely something that's going to happen. Do we have people living with their parents? 21 without own flat. Yes. I do need to turn the city on. That's fine. I think that's what I was planning on doing anyways. We have built a couple things now, or we are building a couple things. They should be done pretty soon, honestly. If I increase this, if we get winter, I will go fast forward to summer. So don't worry about that. There may be a crash. There's usually a crash somewhere around February 20th, just before the snow melts. It usually has to do with the snowplows not doing doing something, just being in the action of doing something, and then they can't figure it out. So if we hit snow, I will fix that, don't worry. Sarov, I don't think so. I ran, but I just asked people the same question. Good. CNW, tried to do rail per your tutorial and the signals didn't exactly pay ball. Hard to tell what's going on there without seeing the actual problem. My question was less stacking, but if they have TV and propaganda and a TV on entertainment will get boost from both, or is it binary? Yes, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? Where I think this city is prime for adding the courthouse and the prisons. So let's put those in somewhere. And honestly, I'm fine. Oh well, we have good connectivity here. I like that. I'm fine with putting them a little outside, just because a prison is probably not the most desirable thing to have. I don't want to put it too close to the heating plant because there is health is still a thing. So let's see, what can we do here? I can put you there, but I cannot get power there at this point. Let's see, 9, 4, build all of this. All of this, thank you. 2, start building these two. And if I'm done with the rail distribution office and we are done with talking about everything else, I will auto-build all of these, so don't worry about that. But for right now, the game will take a while to adjust everything. So we're not in a real hurry, but once we are in a hurry, I will address whatever needs to be addressed to get us out of whatever situation we're in. So don't you worry. Let's get one more power line connected here. Do we have one available? Yes, we do. I could probably make this an underground line, but that's boring. Okay, get that one in there, that one in there. Number 9, assign number 4. There, and life should be good. Okay, I think I have everything that we kind of needed. I do want to turn this city on. It's a little dangerous. It's a little very dangerous, isn't it? Because I need these heating plants to start working right away, which means I need coal supply for them, which is not going to be super easy. But I have this... well, this one is doing something. I think this is fuel. Nice. But I have this extra distribution office, which I think I can just use for dumper supplies. So total capacity, too slow, too slow, too slow. I think this one's always the one that I go for. Oh, this is the modded one. Should we use that one? 85 versus 95. Nope, 95 is the winner. And this is just using the stuff that I didn't know before about... Didn't I have coal over here? I don't have coal over here. The stuff that I didn't know about distribution offices for percentages, as you could see in the tests and tutorials that I did. That's why there were 2 in a row, because I did it wrong. Well, I knew it wrong, I understood it wrong the first time, but that's just part of it. I want to see where I can get coal from the easiest. There's one here that's part of this really long interstate network that could eventually go up here and then hit those 2 places. I don't love that. There's a secondary one that's here. It's a relatively... no, it's not that terrible. Let's just use this. Should be fine. Yep. Load, coal. Leave at least 20% in there. All source buildings, as long as it's more than 20%. 30%, yes. And then I would like you to drop up here. 30%. Actually... Because our heating plants and winter is about here, I would like them a little fuller than that, so 50% is probably fine. Let's get them situated, and that should be good. Once we get heat, we do need food and all this stuff, and this is something I can probably use a rail distribution office for. That one we will build fast, auto-build it, because I don't really want you to wait on that right now. Where should we place it? Honestly, it doesn't make a huge difference. It just needs to be able to access everything that you want access to. So a non-terrible place, maybe right here. Let's see. General cargo. Train distribution office. There's a bug. Yes, there are bugs in this game. I don't know if you knew that. But there's a bug that you cannot... And I may put you this way and then just have you go around a circle there, because I do want you to connect to everything that you have access to. Should I put you... There's a fuel station right there. I don't hate the fuel station right there. Let's see. I think I like this location. We'll see if we can do exactly what I want to do here. I'll show you right away. Well, right away. I'll show you what I mean. I guess I'm not going to use fuel trains unless I absolutely have to, but either way it's fine. Yeah, if we can get in here. I guess we're just gonna get in here. It's not the prettiest, but this is just retrofitting stuff. You don't actually need both connections in here. All you need is a way to get in and a way to get out, and you can do that throughout the same rail. So what I'm doing here is not super important, but it's... I tried to get the corner there a little better, but that's fine. That connect? I think that connected. Yep, so this should be fine. Let's get a road connection somewhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just a little more, just a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. There you go. And then you go in there, and I guess, do you have power? You probably don't have power. Maybe you have power from this little windmill over here, but that's really not very helpful. So let's see if we can sneak some power from somewhere else. Where do we have a connection available? Hope we have one. Good, that police station is almost done. This network is a little overloaded generally. Ooh, long trains. Parking there. That probably means these are not working. That's... But we may look at that. I really want to concentrate mostly on using the new features and not really fixing everything that's currently not working very well. So please keep that in mind. Where should I put you? I mean, I should put you probably here, because those gas stations had problems for a long time. Come on. If I put you there, I do want power from something. Yeah, we're going to use a big power line, but I don't see any connections that are open right now. There are... Oh, there are 3 right here. Come out there. Come behind secret police. Connect right here. There you go. That wasn't hard. And then just this one to wherever you want to connect to. And now we're just going to go auto build Ruble. I guess I have to click this button first. Then we say auto build all of this so we can get it done. This is going to take a little while, but yeah, we don't want to wait on that. The first police station is almost done. I don't know if this the first one that's almost done, but this one is almost done. Pretty cool. What do we have going on here? Philip, what are some of the new vehicles? I mean, the police has new police cars, and there is a... I guess I can go through here. The police has a new police car. Let's see... Police car. Looks like this. There's a modded one already? Wow. Yep, they just look very similar. They have X passengers and then different speeds, and... well, they have a light on top, and I'm assuming the light will actually light up at night. Pretty cool. Then there is a prison bus right next to it. Looks like this. If you want to use your prisoners to transport them. Outside of that, I'm not sure if or what is new. I don't really look for that, and Peter, as I know, hasn't talked about it. A lot of this stuff that you see is also modded, so every time you see a little green arrow next to it, don't think of that as a real vanilla item at this point. There's snow. So yeah, keep all of that in mind, please. I'm torn a little bit because snow is important for things in the winter, but I don't really want you to sit through a white screen right now, so we'll save this one. Then I will turn on the cheat menu. Like that. CHE is a cheat menu. Then you go here, and I will just say new day until we get into mid-end February, so we don't have to worry about all of this stuff. I'll read some comments while I click this. Wait, what is this massive building? That's a TV station over there. Oh, it didn't crash. Cool. Thank you. Let's go back and let's pretend I never had cheats enabled. Perfect. Okay, so rail construction, rail distribution office. Beautiful building right there, as you can see. Let's see what we can get here. There are some electric ones. Maybe that one. Ooh, cool. That one works. Great. Yeah, again, not all the vehicles are currently purchasable, I think. But this is what you do. You just go in and say what you want to buy. Maybe Peter just released something and that's fixed now. You set up your trains, and the trains stay inside the thing that looks like a long rail depot right here. Pretty cool, huh? And then we have to set up the rest, and the rest is just the cargo wagons. And the cargo wagons, if you want to look, they will show up on this rail yard over here. So we want a couple boxcars. There you go. I don't know, this many. Probably 1 or 2 refrigerators. Definitely some steak cars. I don't think it really matters. I like these open hoppers more, just because I like these open hoppers more. 69 versus 69, yeah. We'll just go like this, and then we need at least 1 row of hopper cars. Because coal and such. Maybe some cement to be fun. Oh, it looks like he fixed this, because at some point we could only add 16 wagons, so good job, Peter. getting stuff done. I like it. We also need some tankers, and here it depends, like it actually fits as many cars as it can inside these rail yards, so sometimes picking the bigger ones may not be the best option. So rearranging it a little bit, very nice. There we go, and I think we have all the different types of wagons that are available now, so that's good. I think I will round it off with some more boxcars, and now we're full. 36 wagons, beautiful. That's what it looks like. Turn this off, turn this off, cool. There you go, that's our rail distribution office. And the best part about the rail distribution office, it works exactly 100% like you would expect it to work when it works. Again, there are probably some bugs in here, but super simple. You set it up like a normal distribution office, manage office tasks. The only thing that is new and different is this, setting the transport properties for distribution. It relates to minimal count of wagons, 1, so if your train or what you need to pick up does not fit into 1 wagon, it's a lot less than that, they won't go. Minimum train length is 154, you can set that to whatever you want, and the train length is important to understand. They need a entry and an exit to move somewhere, otherwise it just won't work. So sometimes if you have a terminal station like here, you need to know what is the longest I can fit a train in here. So you use your measurement tool like this, excuse me, and you see ground distance is 270 meters. That's the longest train you could put in this, but this is probably not the shortest piece of track that you have available, but you can use this number to put in here, so for whatever distribution office you have, you don't have a train that gets created that's longer than what you can actually handle there. Pretty simple, nothing too complicated, but it's great that it works. I need some, actually I don't need fuel. This is just pretty. Our helicopter armada, thank you. I was wondering why it was so loud over there, but that's cool. Okay, let's put some signals down so we can actually use all of this. Get one in there and one in here to get out. That should be good, and now let's set this up. So what I want to do is use the helicopters are mostly from these construction offices are not at all straight laid out. I don't know how I didn't manage to make them straight, but whatever. Okay, so that distribution office, I want you to go here to load clothing, definitely food. Honestly, don't remember what else do we have here. Clothing, food, alcohol, electronics. Electronics, alcohol, clothing, food, alcohol, electronics, and also meat. Yep, because there's a meat locker here and we need all that stuff in locations that we need it. I'm going to pause so we don't miss the train actually doing its thing. Sadly, the train is going to have to take a long way to turn around unless... I think the train is smart enough to not have to worry about that. Let's give you a connection into here. Good. The rail distribution office itself is not a through station, so if you want to go through, you have to put another station, another track on the outside, but I don't think that's super important. So this is just like a normal station that they just go in, they can't go through, period. I'm sure there will be a mod at some point that is more like a through station, so you can add a distribution office to the whole part of the network, and that will be nice. But that looks good. Now let's add the stuff to up here. There is this guy, and this is a good example of how long our trains can be. In this case, I want you to unload here, and can you store? You do not store meat. Good. That's something I did want to check. I don't have a real unload station here. I was planning on using trucks to do all of that, but I don't have a meat storage anywhere here, and I think I forgot about that when I built this whole part, and I also was thinking I'm not going to come back to this, I'm not going to really matter, but as you can see, it totally matters because it matters now. So yeah, we're bringing out all the stuff that you can. Storage percentage, sure, something. And since they're a distribution office and it's a really large one that can pick up a lot of stuff at the same time, I'm only going to let it empty that building until it hits 20%, so there's enough left for the local distribution. That should be important. But yeah, this is what we're going to start with. I would like to actually Also replace my farm trains. So there's one here. I want you here. I want you to load until 0% is in there. Same with here, also 0%, because this is the thing I am imagining I use this the most for. Did it change the percentage? No, just change the right percentages. And then come in here and essentially keep it pretty full most of the time. 60%. Don't set it to 100%, but I'm hoping 60% is an appropriate value for this area. So at this point, I have a bunch of things assigned and told that they have to bring out there. So let's see what the distribution office actually does. Ooh, it builds a really long train. It says, show me the train. It says loaded full of clothing, because that's what, ooh, that's one problem. That's one problem. I made one mistake. Pardon me, sorry, excuse me. I did not set this to limit the amounts, because that's gonna matter. That's gonna matter a lot. So what this train should probably do, let's close this, let's close this, let's go over here. And because this is internal test branch, I'm gonna save it. Thank you, and I'm gonna hit Control H to send that train home. Because I didn't want it to load 270 tons of clothing. I only wanted to load... Oh, this is awesome! When I tested this, it didn't actually do mixed load like this, but it's now 28% food, 28 tons food, 19 ton electronics, alcohol, and clothes. When I played, it would only pick up one cargo. I'm so excited it does this! That's great. Let's add really quick a couple signals. One here, and one here. And then life should be good. I would like to see what the next train is that it sends. Are you the train? Yes, you're the train. It should send another train relatively soon. What's your problem? You have a problem? I don't know why it's not... Oh, we probably currently don't have anything in the grain silos that we can use. But yeah, that's the distribution office for you. It does exactly what you expect it to do, and that is awesome. We're going to use this to catch up a little bit on the chat. Actually, let's use... And this is a modded train, so don't get too excited about it. It's not vanilla yet. Oh, come on. Come on, building. That's not what I wanted. But with talking to Peter about buildings that need to be added later on for size and for payment stuff, he said that he is planning on doing... Not another mod contest, he didn't say that, but he's planning on using popular mod buildings from the workshop and build them into the vanilla building. So anything that's bigger or smaller on different thingies may get used in the game at some point. So if you are a modder and you're excited about modding, maybe take that as a little encouragement to what you can do and what you can expect from your things later on. This is a little slow. Tell me when it's too fast. I guess it shouldn't be slow most of the time. We haven't really done a full... Gosh, those wagons look better. Look better than I remember. I hope you can see that on stream too, but yes. Okay, let's catch up on some people. I hope I didn't miss anything important, or no bucket throws or nothing like that. That looks like another... I don't know, that may have been a distribution office train. Should I look? Yeah, I should look. Just to make sure really quick, because it should be smart enough to figure out how much it can go. Train distribution office. Yep, there's another one, and this one says, hey, bring more booze out. How much booze are you bringing to what? Oh, yeah, no. I see. I don't want you to fill up with booze, I want you to empty booze out of here. So my problem is not with that setting, my problem is with unloading at the second station. And this is obviously not the game's problem, it's just me not understanding what I'm trying to do here. The only thing I want you to bring out here is crops. So don't judge the game, just say that I'm wrong, just being clear here. Honestly, one of the reasons I didn't want to play last week was there were so many issues that I was worried that people would just find it too unplayable and too broken and too whatever, because that's what people on the internet will do. It's just like they see something wrong, they will point that out. I have so many videos where people point out the one thing that they think is wrong, which is probably wrong. It's not wrong for them to point it out, but it's already fixed in the video, so it just tells me they didn't watch the video, so why would I respond to them? Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, chat. New roller, mod it until it breaks. Yes. T Maki, how's it going? A plate interface and the traffic long term is hell. Yeah, I have a conversation on that on the discussion board actually for interest rates for exactly that, or kind of that topic, so it'll be interesting to hear more. Do the locals hook up the wagons they need? Yep, they do everything they need. I haven't seen them using a completely different consist. I've only seen boxcars so far, but I think that has more to do with the source and the destination for what they have available, because if you send them to a cargo station, the cargo station has potential to have everything hooked up to it, and that may be another big reason to use cargo stations that are more like unified. That could be cool, but I don't know yet. It'll be nice to find out. Jane, I haven't said hi to you yet, but I think that is a fake account that posts annoying links to places, so bye, Jane. Blind EQ, there are no bugs in this Western propaganda. Exactly. Sabro, is there a new roller added? Maybe. New Zealand, what the? Yes. I think as soon as I was talking about the helicopters earlier. I think I saw one purchase in the purchase menu. Okay, oh my god, gameplay style is going to need an overhaul. Yep. Everything is gonna change. I wasn't kidding. Like, your distribution office, now you can actually distribute throughout the whole Republic with like 1 or 2 trains. You can start your game. If you can build the rail distribution office, you can start it with essentially 1 train, single track everything, and it will work. It will be slow, but your train should be big enough to handle everything that you need from them. So yes, everything is going to change, plus everything about your happiness and your loyalty and all those things, that's all going to change. So things are just going to... Okay, I think I'm gonna go to Twitter. So if you don't have the game yet, we've almost been playing for an hour here, so I don't want to hold you on too long for the first key, but I'm gonna go to Twitter. Please go and what do we have here? Please go and follow me so you can actually answer this for the giveaway. Let's see, I'm gonna post a question here in just a minute when this train goes a little further, but what? I don't think what yet. Do you like the new rail DO? And I'll tweet that. The first one to respond to that is going to get a key. I will contact you afterwards, so don't worry about it too much. As I said, it's not a right or wrong answer. It's just a answer. We'll do that after the stream though, because it takes a couple seconds to go get the right context and the right stream and the right key and all that other stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind. What do we have here? Judith Norris. I'm gonna do something real quick. I don't often do that. Saraf, maybe you can help me too. When you see people with half with things like that, can you remove them? Like there's Judith Norris and there was Shane Binney. I'm gonna remove them right now, but if you see them, just kick them. Thank you. Stefan, hey people Joel, got to your stream a bit late, but I'm here now. Well, excellent, glad you're here, good to see you. Oh. Okay, I think Stefan already had one, but that's fine. So, the rail distribution office is doing exactly what he expected to do. It's going to change a lot of how you were doing distribution before and a lot of how your rail network worked, because at this point, dedicated trains are probably only required, not even required, are probably only that you need them justified. Dedicated train lines are probably only justified for direct exports or direct imports that are always going to get used. For example, if you have a steel mill, always goes through a lot of all the materials. If any of the materials that you have in the steel mill are imported, that is probably a good direct line that you should set up. Same if you're exporting bauxite or any of the raw materials or anything that's produced a lot of. Putting up a line that's always running there is probably great. This just goes back to efficiency, and this one actually goes back a little bit on how much you can store, because you want to keep your storages empty if you're exporting, and you want to keep them full if you're importing, right? Like, you don't want to miss opportunities to make more money, and you don't want to pay more than you actually need. So Yeah, the dedicated line for the exports is probably really, really usable as long as the train runs all the time. The distribution office doesn't have to jump in there. If the train only runs every once in a while, for example, crop harvest, then a distribution office is perfect because like twice a year we'll send a huge train to your crop setup, pick up the crops or the grain, bring it to your production chains, and that's it. Right now I have 4 or 5 trains running that crop train all the time, and they're not needed because either the destination by the food factory is full and it can't even take any more grain, or the farms are empty and they're just going to wait there until they can actually fill something up again. So those trains, those expensive, are gone. You don't need them anymore. You can just use a distribution office to handle all of that. And it also means your farms will probably need a larger, or they need a larger capacity to store your grain because you're not going to need to move everything all the time. Yeah, kind of. And well, you can have multiple storage locations at your farms now, so your distribution office can just pick the one that has the most in it to fill up a train and bring it to wherever you need it brought, and that's it. Isn't that great? Yes, it is. Super great. So when this train arrives, I'm assuming some of the police buildings are done, and then we can fill those up with people, and then we can see what that actually means. Wow, all these distribution office or construction office trains or buses, that's what they are here, but I don't know if there are enough people. Sorry about the lagginess. It's just, it is late game. We only have 30,000 people in this republic, but as you can see, we kind of have everything that we need. So I'm excited. I hope that was autosave. Oh, cool. So you're popping in here, you're doing your thing, and you're just gonna unload whatever you needed. Beautiful. Look at that. Everything's working. Yeah. Oh, another change. Electronics. One. Right now, they haven't really been needed a lot. I should have changed this one before, but I'm not that worried about it. Until now, they haven't really been needed until you wanted radio and TV connection. Like, people would be happy enough without electronics. Now, people depend what they are. If they're university educated, they will want more electronics. If they are university educated, but before, let's say, 1970, like the time actually matters too. They will not require a lot of electronics and not require them often. Also, electronics will break now, so over time they will require more electronics just to replenish their electronics. Plus, they still are needed for actually being able to receive radio and TV transmissions, so that is there too. But there's just a lot of little things that go into this that are changing now that will change your style of game, just because electronics will be more of a factor. Okay, looks like we have stuff here. We did lose a few people. We have 21 living without their parents. What I want to do is turn this on now. All I need to find is the name, and this name, you may be a little far away. No, you have a couple. Actually, that's a perfect location. Yep, allow citizens to get in here, just into this part of the city, and I think it looked like there were a couple going over here as well. Yep, let's see when they come. Should be in the next cycle or so. And we just need to make sure that everything is full, and we will import some people here if we have to. Not scared about that at all, but we'll see. Yeah. Let's see if any of the police stations are done yet. What is your problem? You need a tiny bit more steel. You don't have concrete. Why do you not have concrete? Do we not have enough people here? We have workers here. There's concrete here. Do we have cement? We do have cement. Concrete plant. You should... Huh. Let's speed this up. Where is our concrete guy? A lot of construction offices assigned to this. Oh, I'm assuming it was just because the helicopters were bringing in that stuff. Okay, here we are. No staff or police officers, and as you can see, nothing is investigated or nobody knows anything yet, and you do need staff and police officers, which is pretty cool. Let's give them some vehicles. We'll take all the different vanilla ones. And then we can follow someone. They're doing something. Slow this down so we can actually see what happens. You, come here. So, interesting that it's still nobody's in the vehicle, but maybe that's just the way vehicles are. That's fine. Where are you going? You're going to the small shopping center. There was something happening at the small shopping center. I wonder if it picks one up to bring home. Okay, so it looks like you do still need a parking spot. Interesting. The first thing that we go to is not really working the way we want it to go. So let's just send this one out so we can actually... Oh, there are 2 police cars now. Very nice. Just to see what happens. Want to see if they actually pick someone up or not to investigate at the police station. I don't know. I've played with it a little bit, but I'm surprised that it needs the parking spots, which is another reason to use distribution offices more better, more ideal than I've been using them so far. Just lots of reasons. Where you going? Probably getting gas. That's fine. Cool. How's this looking? Yes. So we have now serious crime being investigated. There's a limitation on here. So there's investigation, chance to solve, and limitation. The investigation percentage is should be pretty self-explanatory. Are you gonna get it done or not? If it's at 100%, you investigated the whole case, great. The limitation is essentially a timer, and this one is random, but once the limitation is at 100%, the crime is done, and either you have investigated it all or they got away with it. Pretty cool. Random. Chance to solve just tells you, hey, is this working or not? And I'm pretty sure the chance to solve is very related to how many people are working here, because I tried to keep this police station pretty much understaffed at this level, or maybe a little less than that. But very low staffed, and this chance to solve went down in the sub 30s and sub 40s and was great. So everything affects everything, plus your workers have an average productivity still. Let's see. I guess most of my citizens right now are university educated. Consider that cheating, because you're not going to get to that state anymore, because it does take longer now to educate your citizens. So keep all of that in mind for what you're looking at. But this should be fine. I probably could have placed that police station in a way probably over here to connect it to this city, that it could have covered both cities at the same time, but I didn't. So here we are. And I'm not sure if there are crimes everywhere. Like, is there going to be crime in this ore processing plant? I don't know. It's very possible. But it's also very possible that that wasn't the case. Let's see here. Yeah. Anyways, got a couple followers. Yeah, we'll figure out who gets the key. So don't worry about that too much. I will try to do more giveaways, just period, in general. Or we'll just see how that goes. Let's just train one. You want to get more food? Perfect. That's exactly what I want you to do. Yes, and then we can obviously use trains to bring out. And wow, there's a lot of stuff going on in my Republic right now. Just people moving around. So frame rate. What are we looking at? We're looking at, well, we're still at about a little sub 30, but it's not terrible yet. But it's not getting better, that's for sure. Where do we get our fuel from? All the way out here. So we can set this one up and say, hey, I would like you to get fuel from here, always until it's 0, and I want you to get that to several places. This is one of the bigger ones that I always want you to deliver to. Unload. And this one, at least this much. And you have a vehicle unload building when the building storage is filled at low percentages than this. Vehicle unload cargo. Unload cargo to building when building storage are filled to a lower percentage than this. I wonder if this has to do with there's a pump connected to this station, which makes essentially the station think it only has capacity for 3 point some tons of fuel, and not a lot. There's the same problem with the distribution office if you connect it to a aggregate loading station that has a engine tower connected to it that's not directly connected to a source. So it could be the exact same thing. We can just see what happens. So it's just something you have to keep in mind when this happens, but it's not, I don't think it's showstopper, it's just a change, potentially. These things look pretty full, that looks good. Yeah, this is nice. Secret police is just doing the thing that it always does. No surprises there. Investigations are done, limitations are whatever, and now what happens? Well, these crimes need to go somewhere. And we're gonna use the magic of YouTube. No, just kidding. We're not. I can't really fast forward much. I can speed up the simulation a little bit, but not enough. Let's just get this guy done. And as you can see, it's a pretty slow build overall, but that's okay. Where are my workers? There are some workers here. I can see them running around. There's someone working here. Power supply issues. Just flickering. Not good. Yeah, again, those are not things that I want to fix right now. But here you go. Those two crimes just showed up here. And if we go to our police station that was all the way here in Begunia, hey, those two crimes are gone now because they are filed at the Justice Department. Cool. So continue time, and then here you can set your sentences, whatever you want with them. And well, that it should be relatively self-explanatory what that really means. But the longer you keep someone in prison, one, the less happy they will be, and two, the less they will be productive for your republic. So keep that in mind. Hey, another crime popped up. Cool. Let's get that one built so we can actually solve these crimes sooner rather than later. I don't know why we're flickering on power, but I'm not going to go diagnose that right now. Get that all done. That looks good. I'm waiting for it. There's the first worker. Beautiful. Are you a judge? You are a judge. You just need some court staff. But there you go. We have a couple people here now. I will just go ahead. We don't have enough people to do everything right now, but I would like to get at least some of these things started. Yep, that's good. There is one thing that I definitely need to do, which is get a... We have 3 parking spots, we do. Get a meat truck in here, because we don't have meat currently at all. So let me get that set up really quick. Important. You don't want to keep your people without things that they actually need. That's just... You're just going to kill your republic that way. And you're going to kill them much faster now than you did before. So just keep that in mind all the time. This is a really long trip to get meat from here. I don't want it there. I want it somewhere closer. I don't think... Oh, I guess I have a meat storage somewhere here. Probably there. Yep. Pick up meat, wait until loaded, very good, and bring it to here. Cool. Again, this is not the best setup, it's just a setup that exists right now. And if you do it yourself, you should fix it and make it better. Cool. So they're doing their thing now. Building... Those things we don't care. Oh, building temperature, obviously. Yeah, we don't have buses yet to do anything useful. So let's get that side hooked up to buses. I think these two will be just fine. Delete you from that line, and then we'll just... One bus may be enough, but I always prefer putting 2 buses on a setup. Put that one from there to there. How? Ah. There we go. Erase from line, thank you. Then I want you... I itch my ear there. And I want you to go from where we pick up people to right here. And go. I said go. And then you can share with this bus, and that bus can also go. And then this line now has enough buses on there to be spaced out. And that should take care of everything that we need. Cool, wonderful. Stefan, hey Joe, got your stream a bit late. No, wait. Has nobody chatted? I don't, that's hard to believe. I think YouTube, yeah, YouTube is broken again. Let me refresh that page so I can actually see what's going on. Wow, YouTube, you're terrible. Marcin, really appreciate you putting that in there. I'm really annoyed at YouTube that I couldn't see any of the chats. Where is chat? Oh boy, got here now. I'm gonna catch up on the chat here really quick, but Poison Joe, can you send the existing trains to the train DO? Yes, my train network is going to be cut by 75%. Perfect. Chu Wathana Tashir PS Dev. Hey, looks like interesting times ahead again. The developer is doing an amazing job in my opinion. Agreed. Train DOs looks perfect to bring stuff to city warehouses. Yes. Central distribution office going to be needed. Absolutely. Hamuda, hey, good to see you. Fellow YouTuber, anyone that's currently watching and hasn't found Hamuda's channel, go check it out. He has a pretty cool Workers and Resources series as well. I just might finish enough of the rail network in my series in time for the train DO. Yes, indeed. Stefan, is this an internal test or is this at least a public test branch? It's internal at this point. I don't expect it to make it to, sorry, to the public test branch before the next year, early next year. But the report today, I'm not quite sure if they misspelled internal test branch and just said test branch. Or not, but it may come out sooner. So, I mean, just be excited. For right now, you're getting the Christmas lights. And Christmas lights, I don't play with nights on generally when I play, but if you want them, they're under accessories and trees, and everyone that watched my Discord streams lately could have seen them. But essentially you can draw them on things. And they look cool at night. This is not a feature that I'm very excited about, not gonna lie, but it's something that you can play with. There you go. It's purely, actually they use power, so be aware of that, but it's purely, just looks like things. And then at night they're off, and I think they may even be off unless it's December. So keep that in mind. Except on a test branch. Sarganton was Ranger TV radio broadcasting the whole Republic. Stefan the Bear, what do you think that I should try and include way of people using computers, electronics, radios, radio stations, TV? I mean, yes, but I don't know. I don't know how they would do that, Stefan. What do we have here? I'm still catching up, sorry. Oh no, that's bad for a small shopping center. I always have 2 trucks there. Yes, but you should use a distribution office if you can at all, because either use a distribution office or a rail cargo station, like this one over here. Again, there are a lot of things that are going to change the way you've been playing the game in this update, and I'm excited for that. I really am. Oh, is that bad for... Yes. When they finish the tech tree, I'd expect that. Good. Broadcast like station, but for computers like TV, radio stations, yes. Yahtzee Orphanages has that problem, as there are 2 trucks inside waiting for fully unload. Ambulance can't go inside. Well, now we know. Distribution offices all the way, so it's not really an option anymore. It's kind of like you have to do that now. I'm fine with that. Sabro, does it show the crime committed, like theft or something? It just tells you the type, if it's mild, medium, or serious. It doesn't really say what it was. It just tells you this person did something, home building, current demands. Yeah, no, it doesn't give you that information yet. Martin, again, much appreciated. Sorry it took me so long to get to it, but just second time, thank you. Quad-bit brain. I would like to have a mod which blocks vehicle time unlock and force you to research by blueprints instead. Why not you actually miss a lot of vehicles if played slowly? Yes, that's why I've been asking for a way to stay in the same year, but advance the months. So on December 31st, 2011, the next day is going to be January 1st, 2011. So you don't advance the year, so you can actually stay in the same year, so you don't miss all the vehicles and can stay in the time that you want it to be in there. It's not realistic, but it would address the time frame, because right now the game is essentially set from 1960 to 1990, Cold War. That's the whole setting of the game, but it's not long enough, because I'm in 2010, 2011, I only have 30,000 people. I feel like my Republic is pretty advanced and developed in a way that I can do everything I want and everything is working. I don't need more people, but it did take 40, 50 years to get to this point. So yeah, no, it would be nice. The research blueprint could be another path that they can take for actually setting that up. So yeah, no, that's cool. One reported crimes that were not patrolled. See, and that should actually make people unhappier in the city. And look where this happiness is going. It's going down. It's going down hard. Let's see what the happiness in the city is actually. Oh, overlays got a couple more updates. You have this now: lifespan, can't visit doctor, not patrolled crimes. I guess just one there, and that's it. Indoor pool. That was here. Maybe that's not shown right or correctly right now. Anyways. That's there, mild crimes reported, and that's it. It's just, there's more stuff in here, and happiness, you definitely need to look at all this stuff now. All these people just moved in, and happiness is in the 50s and 60s. You can't get a pub tavern, that's alcohol, yep, that's bad. Mead, we're working on it, sorry, power and all that stuff, oh well. Can't go to sport, can't go spirituality, all of these actually hurt you now. And you have to find a way to mitigate them, and the only way to really address them is to provide alcohol when they really need it, or when they really want it. So keep all of that in mind. Cool. What else is here? Eteor, I don't think I said hi to you. How's it going? Crime was a huge problem in Polish Soviet SR factories in 80s and 90s, mostly stealing cables, metal parts. Yep, still a problem now. Copper cables, I think, are stolen out of any empty, sitting residential building. Still a problem. But yeah, for factories, it would be cool if every building can have crime that gets unnoticed, because that would mean you have to place your police stations more strategically, and I'm all for that. All for that 100%. How about we assign number 4 to this building, also number 1. We'll see how that works. Just some construction. Luffy Gaba Games. Hi people, Joe. Hi everybody. Greetings from Spain. I wanted to say some Spanish, but I'm blanking. Good. Yeah, thanks for coming. Ichiro, it would be cool if the high crimes rate would make items gone missing from sites or trucks or factories. It would be realistic according to the time era standards. I'm not surprised if that's already doing that. I haven't looked at it that closely, but it could totally be that you're just losing some materials from your shopping mall, if that happens. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. 15 people here. It's not exciting yet, but productivity on a lot of these, and you can probably barely read that. Average, let's click on this. Average productivity, 33%. That currently translates to shopping malls. It sounds like that may be addressed by taking out certain buildings from this productivity penalty, which I'm not a fan of. I do think if your power plant uses 30% workers, that a lot more things can go wrong, and at 30% less paying attention, you may have a less output of that power plant. Like, the argument is the power plant is running as long as it's running. It doesn't really matter how many people are in there. But I'd like to keep the way the game is played, and same for shopping malls. If you have really bad cashiers that just don't care, that just, you know, have one arm on the table and just type with one finger all the time and like do everything as slow as possible, yeah, your productivity is down and not everyone is getting what they want to get. I think that should translate here, because keep your people happy if they want to work, otherwise you just can't make as many people happy as you used to, which this is a big part that will break your old republics. 100%. Really fast. So keep that in mind. Rainy Mind's best workforce comes from gulags. I would agree, yes, but you do need that to be near prisons. Otherwise, you can't really transport people there. And one problem, I don't know if a problem is right, but let's build this. One of the things with prisons is a worker in a prison starts its work shift in the prison, and then whenever you get there with a bus, if it's 4 hours into the workday or 6 hours, doesn't matter. But then you pick them up and drop them off in a place where they have low happiness, which means low productivity, for a couple hours. So prisoners are not a good workforce, but a good addition to something that you already have going on. So keep that in mind too, which is, I like that mechanic a lot. Ozon, Humuda and Bibojo is 2 YouTubers I watch on YouTube. Yes, you should. Dakota, how's it going? You can make lighted promenades though, which will look nice for making downtown districts. You can just script those for always on. Indeed. Yes. No, you can definitely make it pretty. I'm just saying, I'm not a person that makes my republics look pretty. That's not the main focus of what I play for. I don't know if they're only on December, though. That's a good point. Tanak. I'm guessing lack of church will cause lower happiness, making it harder to get happiness up. Yes, but the religion part only has a small happiness penalty. So all the different parts, they do penalize you, but they are in different amounts, and they're trying to level that all out, that it actually works eventually. So there are a lot of things that they're working on, that they're aware of, which is why, again, this is not a public release yet. It is coming, but it's not there yet. So keep that in mind when you look at all of these things that you see here. Okay, you can reach a couple buildings. You can't reach the bus station. That is a small problem. If I pull you through here, could you... Because once it can reach the bus station, I know that we're fine. And I can see that a couple people are already walking towards the prison, so that is nice. But I want to make sure that we have enough people here. Really? There you go. Got that built. Yeah, I'm not going to make you sit everything getting built right now. That will be rude. Can you reach... Nope, you can't reach the bus station at all. So it's just a few buildings that we have here, but look at the prisoners! Serving a sentence, okay. Currently in prison, okay. And yeah, loyalty and happiness will just go down every single day, the longer you let it run. It's just the way it is. Cool. Yep. Oh, and that crime. I'm not really sure what this statistic is supposed to tell me, because I look at it, it doesn't... Is it 16% crime done in what? Like, I'm not really sure what this is yet, but I'm sure we're gonna figure that out down the road eventually. And that will be nice. Now, what else do we have going on? Sabra, Sabra, I wonder if prisoners will also disappear from buses after riding for too long like regular workers. Well, maybe... Yes, they do have a travel in vehicle timer still, so that shouldn't be any different, but you can't swap them at bus stops anymore. Like, the prisoners can only be in a prison bus or in the place that they work. Which, again, I really like the mechanic that they thought of there already, so that's pretty cool. And in my opinion, they shouldn't. Yes, Dakota Ferry, oh for sure. The logistics are the most interesting part of the game. Yes. Sabro, they should add death penalty. Salkin, yo yourself. Okay. I don't know how, but 2 prisoners escaped this year already. Missing supplies for prisoners. Oh, they're unhappy. Oops. Let's see. What can we do there? That's not a distribution of. That's not one. Don't really have a good way. I think I just need some city trucks set up. Let's do that. I don't have to worry about it. But look at this. My population is already going down. This is because my birth rate right now is not great, because my health is not great, because I'm not... Wait, no. Health should be higher, but I don't know why. But this is more showing the old games that you may have running may not function with the new... They will function, but I'm not sure that they will survive with the new update. I'm still trying to figure this out, which is also why I probably won't go into a tutorial season next. I may make season 4 first, because I need to learn all these new mechanics. And the best way to do that is to play. And if I play, you may as well see me play, right? If you hate that idea, hey, don't worry about it, it's fine. But if you don't hate that idea, there you go. It's just what we're gonna do. So I want you to bring food there, then go back here, pick up more food, please. Wait until full, load 100%. Oh, that's stupid. Don't go there. I want you to go here, unload, then go here. Actually, no, we don't need to supply anything over here yet. At this point, we don't have workers there, so that one should be fine. What else did you need? You needed clothing. I can do that in one truck. I just really don't want to. Unload, wait until unloaded. Yeah, no, that's fine. Wait, is this the one that's already driving? It is the one that's already driving. Good. I will change this. You will pick up clothing and food, and then I will say advanced. Yes. Just do food and go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because you can do it all at once, and I don't want you to wait until loaded there, but I do want you to wait until loaded here. That looks good. Food truck, meat truck, I will have you do essentially the same thing, but you will come from out here. That is a very stupid idea. I just need a meat storage out here, but I don't want to build one right now, and I don't want to take care of that. This is the meat truck that I'm talking about from the cargo station. Drop off by the prison, please, and unload whatever they need. And then unload the rest there. Go to the prison next, please. They're good. How much meat can you... Yeah, this one can only store 1 ton of meat, so this is not going to be happy. This is not going to be enough. Here's the other thing that you can do in the prison. You can control your stuff for your prisoners. They're all going to be very unloyal, but everything else is kind of going up, so that's nice. Again, got to play with this. I don't really know what we're dealing with yet, so we just got to look at that. That looks good. They delivered some meat, so they should be a little happier now. Citizen happiness is low. Train's waiting too long. Yeah, those messages will become much more important, absolutely. We'll see how good I am at actually checking them out. Salkin, Perian Chen, the new number could be possibly as a second offense. Oh, and you think once it gets to 100% it's happening? I'm not... Maybe. Well, let's go with maybe. This looks good. Just too many people. Yeah, let's go with maybe. Prospero, how's it going? I haven't seen you yet. The handcuff symbol is probability of committing the crime. Sure. CNW, they're unhappy is a prison, not a hotel. Yes, but the productivity still hurt. Oh. Average productivity is 60, but happiness is 0. Interesting. I mean, it could be linked to loyalty still. Let's find someone with really low everything. And I don't think I will find someone with really low loyalty in this save, the way it is right now, so keep an eye on this. Maybe it's a mix. It's all your factors, all your stats actually fall into this now and actually matter, so it's not just a one thing fixes all type deal anymore, which is awesome. 6-day T-top. LA arrived late. A boo-hoo. Yes. Ozone. Yes to season 4. Remember to supply prisoners. Yes. I will always forget something. Don't worry. Anything else? We have kindergarten. Like, we have everything that we need right now. And that is nice. Oh, another change that's coming, government loyalty. Until now, they were essentially, if the government loyalty of average people working inside a building was below 50%, then the loyalty would shrink for all inhabitants. Now the new mechanic is students or people that work in the building that have loyalty settings enabled will converge to the person's loyalty, call it a teacher, converge to the teacher's loyalty plus minus 20%. So some random in there. Mac, so people came and I miss all the stream, but people Joe, why you build train DOs near Cloverleaf but without access to it? Because they have access to the things that I wanted them to have access to. Essentially, this Cloverleaf gets you to this section here and it has a straight connection to whatever's over here. All I wanted this distribution office to get to right now was this pickup location and then the Balru city that's over there. I mean, we can obviously just add a couple more tracks in here, but I don't know that it's necessary now. So no, this is not a well thought out setup. It's just a make it work setup right now so we can test it. But there you go. Why do you not have power connected to it? Are you not connected? 6. Oh, because I put concrete rail in there. My bad. Let's do that. This. Done. Cool. Yay! What else do I need? What else do we need? What else is going on? Business are fine. We have some workers available. No electronics. Yep, that's a problem because I did not set up my Republic so that electronics are always available. I just set up that it's sometimes available. Look at this lifespan. It's pretty low because the health is pretty low, and the health is pretty low because of several reasons, probably. Let's see what's going on here. Let's follow someone around for a day and see what they do and don't do. Currently, you have culture and food full. Happiness is relatively low. Food is relatively low. That's a problem. That's why your health is low. Yeah, I had a problem for a while where this building would not, right now, for example, would not get food where it needed it because food out here was out. Yes, and food out there is out because right now, I'm assuming, no, we have that. We just don't have workers. So there are problems in this Republic. I don't think you have to pay too much attention to that because there are probably reasons for that. But these two are not pumping out enough food right now. We do have enough crops here, but that's not all that we care about. So yeah, this train essentially can just not keep up. Oh, I know why. We don't have enough crops because people here don't have 100% productivity anymore, and that's why we don't pump out enough food for the whole area. So this area would actually need to be a lot bigger to provide enough food for everything that we have, because I should assume that my happiness right now is only 30%, which again, this whole thing, the average productivity, how it's affected by happiness, and happiness is affected by every demand that goes through your daily activities as a citizen, will change how you build your Republic. I'm 100% sure of that. It will change what I do, 100%. And just these setups, these two food farms, do not provide enough food for the whole Republic anymore. And that's why everything's kind of shrinking, which is awesome. Andre, building without power supply, yes. It's flickering. The network is overloaded, but we're not fixing that right now. That's not worth it. I could probably turn this into import instead of export, and it will probably help a little bit, but hey, whatever. Uneducated, the prison isn't supplied, that's why prisoners isn't loyal. But they were loyal. They had 70% loyalty, they weren't happy. And they are not happy because they're in prison, so they are semi-related. Just going back to triple check that I'm not just talking out of my butt. Here, loyalty 22%. Yes, that probably went down. 39%, 10%. Yeah, it's moving around. Oh, other change. Your monuments will now tell you what the influence is. So if you have mods or something and you weren't sure, it will show you and it will highlight it like this. So that is a neat addition. Let's see if it, yep, it affects the present, so it should help and should still get you up to 40%, so that's pretty nice. For me, it would be great if cars go back to right lane after overtaking. That's just an optical thing. I mean, yeah. And honestly, I've never noticed that. I saw your post somewhere. Yeah, it's fine. Uneducated workers should commit more crimes, but not very serious, and university graduates should commit less crimes, but they're harder to solve. Maybe they work into the logic that's used here. Could be. Dakota, oh, this thing's going to be awesome. Yes, indeed. Are you going to start in New Republic when this update is at least on the public branch, or are you going to wait for the stable release? So I think next week I'm going to concentrate a little bit on Captain of Industry again, because they're going into beta, and once Captain of Industry is done, I will start Season 4. Captain of Industry, just expect it to be a week or so, like 7-8 episodes, we'll see how long it takes. It's a fun game, it's an awesome game, I want to beat it once, but because the next update here is very close and I want them to tweak the values just a little bit more before I'm comfortable starting a full new season on it, I will start probably really close to New Year. I hope. So, yeah, we'll see. Hey people, Joe and Chad, watching your content regarding work customer sources for a year now and really appreciate all of it, especially your tutorials, even if you're wrong sometimes. I'm always wrong. Just don't assume that I'm wrong. Don't assume I'm right. It's dangerous. Ozone, how is game difficulty on happiness affect game? Will easy still be easy? As far as I know, easy is easy. And so the only thing that the setting for hard really changes is the citizens' reaction to when they don't get something. So the amount that happiness decreases or other things decrease is really the only thing that, not the only thing, but one of the bigger things that hard mode changes. And outside of that, it's you can always choose if you want power management or fuel management or like all the other things, fire, whatever. Like, and you can always change the settings right here. You don't have to set them at the beginning at all. But all of these settings are related. The only thing that hard really still affects is the citizen's reaction. And yes, on hard it's going to be hard, on easy it's going to be easy. It's just going to be a little different. Weevil Joel, have you heard if they will allow us to upgrade custom houses with cheat? I have not heard, but I thought... I don't know. I thought you could already do that. Amuda, our Captain of Industry. I'm kind of jealous I can't afford early access right now. They reached out to me, I got pretty lucky on that, and they did that pretty early, so I feel like I still owe them a little bit more. I have made some content, but the game honestly is awesome. It's like the opposite, not the opposite, but this is the Soviet side of City Builders, and Captain of Industry is almost the other side of it, and it has a couple mechanics that are pretty cool and pretty cool to play with. It's time again. Let's do another, let's find something. Who can we follow? Let's follow this bus, just... That's what we have here. Yeah, you're not picking anyone up, that's fine. Go slow, though, because I want to ask a question. So, next giveaway. Get ready. If you want to have a chance, you need to follow me on Twitter, otherwise I can't contact you. Where... Giveaway. Let's start with this. Giveaway. Where do cases go after they have been solved in the police station? And I'll accept several different variations of the answer there. But yeah, that's a real question this time. How about that? Which also reminds me, most of my police stations are probably done now, but we don't... Building without power supply, excuse you. Let's get this one in there. Let's get you some power connected. I would have thought I built this with power in mind, but obviously I didn't. Put that one there. Get a power connection from somewhere. Oh, I don't have power at all in this whole area. That's smart, B-Boy Joel. Really good job. That will work. Build all of this. Build all of this as well, thank you. And then we have that police station done now. The police station over here probably only has a few workers, interesting. Give you some other vehicles, that should be fine. And yeah, isn't it nice when you have something oh, this is probably why the food production is also a little down. Isn't it nice when you actually have a working republic that your things just get built when you want them to be built, and it's fine. Let's reduce you a little bit. You don't need that many people. This looks like a rally car, but I like it. Click, 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 click. The 2 more cities that need it, that is you. You should not have power supply issues. Did I just build it and then just not build the power supply with it? I mean, the only thing power supply really should do is for fuel, but honestly, I'm not 100% sure on that one anymore, so let's just add this here. Yeah, in a stream I can do all of this. I don't have to wait for everything to get done first. Underground sounds good. Medium voltage wires. Yes, F3, please. There you go. Build you. If they're a little above ground, I will just allow it this time. Looks like they're okay. We need this one. Get some rubles in. That looks good. Hey, I spent almost 300 million ruble at this point during this stream. Isn't that wonderful? That one is good, and this one should also be fine. Reduce that by 1. Yeah. And then one more. One more. What is this really going to do? It will increase the caseload at the courthouse, which is also the answer to the question that I posted on the Twitter. Because over here right now we have nothing going on because there was only a working police station in one of my cities. That's not enough. Also, 5% of statutes of limitations this year. So yeah, limitations were reached, which means we didn't have enough people here. So let's address that. Yeah, we're just gonna throw some people in the mix because that's what we need. Why is there no power supply here? I don't understand. Oh, yes. I know what that is. I know why that is. This is one of the problems that I was talking about. Yep, this is why your republic will die. I'm not kidding, and I'm not trying to make this sound worse. This number is why a republic will die, because right now I was able to run this republic with 1 coal power plant and 1 oil power plant for 30,000 people. But now, since my average productivity is at 30%, the output here is 30% instead of 100%, which I needed all of them. Here, same thing. You have more people in now, which is nice, but your output is just not generating enough anything that you need. So what I probably need to do is go here, purchase nuclear fuel. Can I purchase this from dollar? Because I have no other use for that. Turn that on. No engineers or workers, so they should still be here. Very good. Get me, because this is connected to the mainland, and I think if I turn on the nuclear production on nuclear power plant, I should be fine to avert all of this. Give me 3 buses that go in here. We don't need them for work anymore. We just need them to produce power now. So get that one. You two can also go. That's good. And then the last thing, just this one, line spacing. Now we should get enough power in the Republic. But yes, that is one of the big things that you're going to encounter. Things will stop working because you don't have enough productivity in the existing structures that you already had. Which is awesome. Again, I like that this now really matters, that the happiness is a thing. If you go look at yours, I'm assuming that your happiness is generally 80 to 130%. Just in your Republic. It's going to be not much lower than that. Now it's going to go up to 80%. Or maybe, well, no, happiness will go up to 80%, which means your productivity will always be below 100% unless you actually get that up. So, yeah, provide pubs is really an answer, but not the only answer. There's not a lot of food here. Interesting. No, there's a lot of food here. That's fine. So something that I could do is just add alcohol into all of these cities, and that should make people happier, but also unhealthier. So I have to figure out if I want to go towards population growth or productivity. In this city, I probably don't need productivity. Oh yeah, there we go. More cases from all the other cities that we just added. You see how all of this is connected now, and it's going to change everything that you're going to do. I am very excited about that. What are you? You are food and clothing. You're a dedicated truck, though, so you're boring. I want to find someone that's not... I want to... Let's see. Is any... It looks like there's one train out. Oh, it's the fuel train. Where is the fuel train? I'm hoping I can see related trains. Nope, I can't see related trains. Will be cool. But that's fine. I'll allow it. Yep. I guess, I suppose. I want to find that distribution office train because it's just fun to follow, and then I can talk about stuff. This one may be it. Nope, that's a dedicated train. Alright. Where's the one? Mona, there's oil, unloading, customs house, large customs house, oil storage. Vehicle currently heading to this building is another train. Oh, nice! Found him. Where are you? Yep, follow this guy, please. Thank you. It's just a really short oil train. Nice. But yes, I'm excited. Can't wait. Gonna watch your next playthrough. Well, I will watch yours, probably, every once in a while. I promise, Samuda. You could try a key from one of the dev websites. Yeah, you could. Joe, have you heard of Timberborn, also city builder game? Thanks, Seraph. The Eine Peter Pan. I'm just happy that you don't need a courthouse in every city. Yes, nor a prison. But if your republic is too big, you still do. Dakota, so you're telling me disloyal republics are best to run on renewables? Don't renewables like heating plant, don't they still need workers? I thought they still do. I'm pretty sure they do. Look at the thing, let's look at power, let's look at... Here. Solar power plant uses 8 workers. So I'm guessing the lower number of workers means that the impact of every individual productivity average is going to be higher. So no. Timberborn was fun for 4 hours. It was cute. It was cute. I'll play it again at some point. Freeways. Next spend $5 in my life. Best spend $5 in my life. Don't know that I know that game. Timberborn was just got a big update. Nice. Cool. Train, you're not moving fast enough. Move faster. There we go. Want to get to wherever he's going because we need to see what he's doing. No, I'm excited for this. Yeah, this Orzion in the internal chats is a very big proponent, and rightfully so, of people that already spend hundreds of hours on their current republics. With this update, it is very likely that you cannot continue your play, your game. Maybe it comes at a good time, maybe it doesn't. For me, it comes at a perfect time, and even if it would have broken Season 3, I would not have continued it if that meant blah blah blah, but I'm also doing it on YouTube. So I can see that a lot of players may not like that potential, that things are not working the way you want it to work, and that you cannot continue your play. So that's also another reason why this is not fully out yet and why it's internal, because there are a lot of tweaks. Because the hope is that you can save your old republics. And to be fair, it's going a lot better than the first time I tried it. The first time I tried it at this point, I would have 10,000 citizens. Probably even less time. We're already on this for an hour and a half at least. So yeah, this number is making me feel like everything is fine or is better than it was. But it's not good enough yet because our happiness is so low that our average productivity just is down. Yeah, 70%. If I would have looked at this at the beginning, it probably would have been near the 130. And because of all of that, the average lifespan is down because of all these reasons. Religion exists. It's weird. Alcoholism exists. I guess I just invited some people. But yeah, I'm gonna look at everything now. If we look at our scale here, it's not looking great. It's not gonna be a very, even if we just look at last year, this is pretty common now, that your population is very, not stagnant, and that's another thing that we're trying to work on, or Peter is trying to work on, that this is a little more possible, because right now there are spikes, there are baby booms, but they're random. And so far I haven't seen one. So it's going to be hard to keep your Republic afloat if you don't if there's no way for you to get more births. And again, births are related to your health. And my health is not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So yeah, we just got to work on that. Lots of things going on here. Which, yeah, we're not going to go into that too much because it requires research, and at the time that we researched it, it may have changed already. Only built one Republic for 676 hours. Indeed. So, yeah, I get it. Frankly, I'd rather see good development than breaks saves. Yes, and I don't have a problem with that, but there are people that spend more time on making things pretty than me. And I can see someone can be upset. And I think a large portion of players plays this for the logistics reasons and for the feel and for the challenge, but there are some players that play it for the beautification aspect. So, should you make everyone mad? No, but every once in a while there's a good reason for it, and I would agree, right now, this update, what it brings, the challenge and the change, is changing the game enough to say this is a new game. So, it's totally worth starting over again. But, yeah, I don't want to downplay that either. Chronic restarter. Yeah, my first 200 hours in this game were just like, well, I died again. Cool, bye. Every once in a while it would be like, oh, I died again. Cool. I guess I'm done with this forever. And then I came back 2 months later. Well, don't drink coffee when it's cold. Drink water. Much better. Spilled a little on me, but that's fine. Okay, let's open this up to what else do you want to see? Because I still obviously have time. I have about half an hour. Well, 45 minutes. Yeah, at least 45 minutes. And I could try to fix my Republic. I could try to turn all of these things on. But they would all be auto-built. So it's not really going to be much of a challenge or excitement. But I'll leave it up to you. What else do you want to see? There may be nothing that you want to see and everything is fine. That's cool. We can also try to start a new map and see how that affects everything that's going on. And I can show you how much money you have to spend to get started. I think when I did it on the populated map, which means you don't import any workers and you don't build any residential buildings, I was at 3.5 million to get everything going the first time without industries. So that's not going to be an option. I was all auto-built, no construction, but you're not going to save that much. You probably still need about 2 million just to get going. So I don't think I will start a game with hard money anytime soon. I think we're always going to start with medium money just because taking out that many loans right at the beginning when you cannot really produce very expensive things, it's just going to be a showstopper. So we'll see how things go. Yeah. Early access. I hate the early access tag. I mean, what's the other game? Yeah, there's one other game that I've made a couple videos of that they hide behind the early access tag, and I'm just like, that's all I play, and you're the only ones that removed features. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, yeah, I don't disagree, but it's just like children. I mean, I'm not happy with them at all. They actually reached out and asked if I want to do a collaboration on Twitch, and I'm like, did you read any of my comments that I made in your Discord? I don't think you want to be collaborating with me right now. But here we are. It's fine. Not everyone has to read everything that everyone writes, right? Thanks, Internet. Kayamaya, keep this version on a branch for a couple of months. What do you mean, Kaya? Yahtzee, set prison buses for them to work. Yes, 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 indeed. I will add a quick road depot over here because I don't want to have to go to the border every time I need something. Road depot, check. Built that. I need a shortcut for this button, but that's okay. Where should we send them to work? How about one of these mines? You don't have power supply yet. Where can I get sneak power from? I think up here, even though buildings without power supply. Yeah, the one import that I have is not enough to keep everyone happy, so I guess if I turn this one on, maybe we have a potential to have enough power. But even all the trains that I have on my network are probably taking way too much power out of the network already. But hey, we'll see what happens. You're happy right now. How do you not have a power supply at all over here? Did I not connect something? I don't know. There is a small... There's an underground wire going. What's happening here? You're going this way. You are overloaded. No, you're just red. Where are you going? You're going right here. I don't understand. Why is this building without power supply? Oh. I know why. You see this? Yeah, as you can see, there's nothing there. Who built this? Amateur? Okay. Now that we have power in this city... I love it. I love how many mistakes I can make, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect in any way in this game. It's just, I played this game a lot. I recommend this game a lot. I make tutorials about this game. I show this game in different aspects, and I make still so many mistakes all the time in this game. And that's just replay value right there. It's just, I love it. I love it. It makes me look bad every once in a while, but it makes the game look really good just for what it makes you think about and how it makes you think about it and just all the things that are going on. Yeah, I'm going to turn these on with some prisoners. We should have 7. That's not impressive. It's not impressive at all. That's okay. Power transformer. Give me the good one. This one. There's a connection right there. That's what I wanted. It sounded like something just burned down. Am I right? I think it did. Let's just assume that that was totally on purpose and that's not really important to anything we're doing right now. Sounds good. There should be enough helicopter fire stations to take care of all those things, but maybe there aren't. So here we are. So we get U1 connected here. Very good. That one can be there. This is industrial, so I don't want to overload every single of these transformers. So let's just start. There's something. This should be fine. Get one in here. And that should cover everything for this area, I think. And I don't even want to split these. I do want to get a lot better and a lot more methodical on setting up my power grids, because I think that will make a huge difference, but we're not starting with that right now. So get that one here, get this all built, get that built. I hope you all know what these buttons are down here. It's just the, let's see, can I make this? Can't even make this bigger. Build auto construction using rubles, build auto construction using dollars. And then if you have buildings like rail that I had over here, you can hit shift, and that turns it into this plus button instead. And then you can just upgrade those rails to the next rail if desired. You can do the same with roads. Just making sure someone knows. Okay, prison bus. Yes, get me a good-sized one. 10, 13, 6, 6. I'd like 2 of these, please. Set you up, go from there to... Technically, I can send you here. I want to try something. Go there, and then I want to see you. Thank you. We're going to keep the UI open this time because it's going to be important. You are going to a gas station, I think. Where are you going? Why do you think you're going to the courthouse? I don't need you to go to courthouse. Go away. Thank you. Now, where are you? You have to be going to a gas station. Yes. I guess there's no gas station in the city. Whatever. The Peter Pan would be cool if prisoners would need to be transported by car between police station, court, and prison. Yep, I would like that, but that doesn't add... that adds a little bit. Maybe it's coming later. Someone requested that, but... yeah, it would be cool. It would absolutely be cool, but I think the network is already pretty hard to set up as is, so not sure that's needed. Kevin, I love Dawn of Man, but after 1.8 it just said as completed by. Interesting. Was sad since it was a real unique idea. Meant the old version so people decode it, or they could use legacy brands and show people how to stay set up and their version control of the current version, like how factory version control is set up. I mean, you can always revert to older versions. That's pretty straightforward. You just go to the betas, and then all the older ones are still in there. The major versions they keep. So you can always do that. Something still happening, or am I too late? I mean... just there's always something happening. I just babble on a lot. That's just part of what I do. You don't have prisoners on board right now. I don't think you can unload prisoners at bus stops. You have to bring them directly to the locations. That's what I wanted to check just now. So we'll see how it goes. Kayamaya, they do, it's under betas. Oh, yeah, thank you. Maybe the firefighters have also 30% productivity. They do. They definitely do. Happiness low, traffic jam, happiness low, happiness. I don't see anyone burning down anything, so let's just do this. The shift upgrade was new. Well, it was new two or so updates ago, so it's been around for a little while. Teapot, I hope they don't escape when they reach the bus stop. Yeah, I think that's why I can't do this. So let's see. They actually get different icons. They have a little shovel next to them if they're workers right now. So looking at this one, he's already at 5:30. 5 hours, 30 minutes. I don't think this one is going to go on the bus. And this is what I mean. The working shift already started. If the bus actually gets him, which I doubt it will. I mean, the bus is right there. It's leaving right now. It didn't pick him up. So I know that that one is not going to work. But even if it would have worked, it would have only been for a 10-minute shift or so. And is that really worth it? Well, maybe. But that's the way that works. So let's set this up to actually go out here to the mine. I also honestly don't know if the uranium mine is one of the ones that works for this, but I'm happy to find out right now. So let's see how it goes. I like that how my prison security is not at 100%, even though I have 18 people and only 6 prisoners. That's great. Cool. You actually just picked one up. Great. Where are you? There you go. So here's our prisoner. One of them. We have Timur. Yep. You're going down there. Working shift is already a little bit up, but yes, you can take them directly to some places, and that will be nice. And there you go. I hope they don't escape when they reach the bus stop. Yes, indeed. What will the map be for Season 4? No idea. Haven't decided yet. There's one cool one that I received from a viewer that actually sounds pretty interesting, but it's a resource-restricted map. I think there are only 2 resources on the map, and everything has to be shipped in. I'm not sure if that is a good first time trying this new update map. I may have to actually use one of the randomly generated maps because learning. There's going to be so much learning, and I don't want to add the added difficulties from other maps at this point. But we'll see. I haven't decided yet. If you have some recommendations, please send them my way because I always look at them. Yes, so they're prisoners, they're doing their thing, and you get barely anything in. It should have been, yeah, I made it here. Cool. How about we just turn one of you off? Turn that one off. Sounds good. And then life should be good. Oh, we have workers actually being dropped off here by... Where's that train? Did I just see them? There's a little train that drops off people right here all the time, so I think I can just use those to start working here. Cool. What else do we have? Jan Ege Fjortorft. What will be the... Oh, sorry, yes. Dakota, the Seraph, no worries. Picked up a wrapping, 0 passengers. Yep, that's indeed. I'm like a Russian map that we're doing the one-day round robin. Yeah, I might check it out. Those are options. So you are turning stuff into uranium oxide now, missing uranium ore. You have uranium ore. It's being produced right here. We can just tell this one to work alongside the convicts and we'll be fine. Cool. Yeah, how can I send you my map recommendations? I like the original start map, but the one with the infrastructure already pre-built. Should one start with new map with new update? Jan, you can come on Discord, or you can just put a link to maps, like to Steam Workshop, on below videos in the comments. It will get flagged by YouTube because it's a link, but I usually look at them like every once in a while, once a week or so. So if they're good, I'll check it out. And I probably at some point will do a map picking stream potentially. We'll see. We'll see what we'll do. Maybe I'll just start Season 4. And yeah, should be fine. Omega. Should you start a new map with the new update? I would recommend you watch some of the stuff that you haven't seen. Do you have to? No. But I think most players' maps will die if you don't. Because I started at about 30,000 people. We are 22,000 now. A problem is that the happiness is going down. It was at 97% when we started. Hey, I said below 60%, and I wasn't wrong. and your birth rate will change, and everything kind of depends on everything in the new update. So I think you will have a much better time controlling what's going on and saving or surviving if you start new than if you try to make your old republic survive. So yes, I would definitely recommend starting a new one, but you don't have to. It's technically possible probably when they're done tweaking all of this, but it's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all. So keep that in mind. Should we start a new map with a new update? Yes. Arman Inc. Can't wait to transport prisoners via plane. One of the bizarre things in USSR did until it backfired. I don't think this game will let you, because you really can't drop off prisoners anywhere but where they're allowed to be, and I don't think an airport is one of them. Sorry. Calm air. Yes. Okay, what else should we do? Should I try... I can try to diagnose a couple things that are wrong here. Like, happiness is terrible. Oh yeah, and everyone escaped from here. Again, this is one of the places where food is a real issue. I think we can fix that. Where do we get food from here? I get... Oh yeah, food comes from here, but these factories don't work enough. How many workers do we have here? Not there. This one, yes. Workers, good. This is not as empty as I thought. Crimes that are not patrolled, that's interesting. Let's reduce this one. What is saturated? Not good. This needs to be 100%, otherwise you have problems, and you don't get food because of what? You don't have sport either? You don't... What is your... I don't even know what your problem is. Crime problems. Yeah, whatever. There should be food here, but there isn't. There are not enough people here to work. I'm losing people and I'm losing productivity, and the only way I can see right now fixing that is putting a new city right here. I'm gonna try to break the game. What's the worst that could happen? Click this button. Very good. You will either love or hate what I'm about to do. And the game is the same way. I should probably... Oh, there's a plateau here. Yeah, that's my work. This may totally work. Clone. I don't need the heating pipe. I hope this works. I really don't know if it will. I don't know. It may be that there's too much non-flat ground in the city that I'm trying to copy that they just can't make the paths look the same. I thought it was worth a try. Yeah, they're all yellow. I don't think it's gonna work. Let's try again, but just with half the city, maybe this half? No, there's too much red. Yeah, it's not gonna work. But yeah, that's the only way I can see fixing this, unless we actually start importing something, which that's also a real option. I just don't like that option. But we could bring food in here, because this is our main distribution hub. Maybe we'll just do that. Hey, you. No, you. I've been using you for things. I would like you to bring food down here. Only food, nothing else. Don't load. Unload. Food. And storage percentage, 60%, because food is important. And I want you to get the food from here. Load just food. I realize that now there are two food sources. One is down here and one is somewhere else, but let's see how that works. There's 30 tons of food here. I think the train was already just dispatched to do something, so we'll see how that works. Maybe you're shown in here in that window on the bottom again. Related vehicles. This one. Yes. What are you trying to do? Load 100% off. Unload 100% off. You have 33 tons of food. That's not 100% of anything, but that's okay. We'll just follow this guy around for a little while. What else is there? Calm air and soothing. Can police station have choppers? Lovely question. I haven't tried. Lovely, lovely question. I am going with no, but I don't know. There are no green dots around it, so there's nothing that makes me think you can connect them. If you look at the other buildings where you can, where's a good one? Like here, there are these green dots around the building. You need those to be able to connect any of the other things. So, no, police station at this point does not have police choppers. I'm okay with that. I'm not sure why vehicles sometimes get stuck here. I don't know if stuck is the right word, but they're just sitting there. Anyways, make sure that our people are happy again. Excuse me, coming through. Great. Yahtzee, if you have a workplace near prison, do they walk there or will they need buses? They will need prison buses. Special buses. Otherwise they don't go anywhere. Oh dear, it took me like way to progress 8 years in Cosmonaut. I spent like 50 hours and more. So yeah, pretty slow player here. Nope, that's pretty normal. It takes forever to move forward, and the main reason I'm in 2010 and not earlier is because I let the game sometimes run for like 10 hours, which I haven't done much on this season, but in general, just to have progress to show for you guys, I do try to keep it a little progressive, I guess is the word. Is this train along? Hope not. Go in there and jackpot. Yep. Dropping off some food should make some people happy, so that is great. Ken, how's it going? Needs a central distribution center, right? Kai Asaroff. Yes, indeed. I saw yours. It's coming up next week. So, yeah. Good stuff. What else? What else is there? I don't really want to start a new building, right? Or a new map or anything similar to that, because if I do, it's just going to take an hour to even set up the basics. And then what? It's just, there's a lot that needs to go into that, and I don't... That's not what this is about. So, what else do you want to see? What else can I do for you? Otherwise, we may just call it quits. I guess I have 20-some minutes left, so there's that. But yeah, the productivity is just down on most of these, and it's great. I love it. Oh, there's one thing. There's definitely one thing I hope is done, because I expected it to be done during this stream. Where are you? Where's my map? There. Are we actually producing power now? We are not. I don't know if this means that we're not producing, or if that means that we're not producing enough to matter. It means that B-Ball Joe's an idiot as usual, because he forgot a very important thing. If you connect the nuclear power plant to the power network, it can actually produce power for the network. Did you know that? Build it with this. Cool. Now, it's barely scratching. Cool. Now, what I was hoping was done was this, and you barely made it through the tunnel. I am not happy about that, but whatever. Why? I think this will be a really cool trip, and I definitely want to at least see it once or twice before we call this season done. So, yeah, let's set up a couple quick signals. One off the bridge, one from here. One here, and then we just need some mixed signals throughout the rest. I did try to build this so that there are nodes on the bridges that we can use. I thought I put them next to each other, but it appears that the game won't let you place them next to each other, even if they are there. So, okay. This is not going to be a real use section. It would have been if I would have continued the season, but for the season, for many reasons, we're not going to continue this season. Okay, signals, looks good. Signal there, signal here, and then just a signal to come out. Oh, you place something there. That's just wonderful. You place something here. Build this, so we get rid of all that. Now this one is becoming completely useless, which is fine. We have signals in, we have all of those things, and we have power, so I think I'm meant to do trams here. I need at least 6 trams here and 2 there, plus a couple more, so let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 3 is what I need. Do we have a pretty one in dollars? Nope, we just have those. Not excited about those. So tram it is. What are we saying over here? Okay, my Omega, and finding a new map will take a lot of time as well, or maybe I can somehow manage to still use my current Republic. Gotta read the update news carefully, maybe I can see if I can or not. It's not in this update yet. There's another update that's coming. That's the one that's going to break everything that you have. And there's a read-up that I'm sure Peter's going to publish when it's actually appropriate. We'll just have to wait for it. Ozone, I have not seen that mixed signal in use before, straight lanes in your tutorials. No, and I don't like it. The only thing that mixed signal does, here, if you're talking about this one, let's see if we can find a place where we can actually use it. This one is trying to auto-place, oh, over here should be fine. It's trying to auto-place two block signals next to each other like this, and it will always be the left one is going to go one way and the right one's going to go the other way, and it's fine. But it doesn't always work, and when it doesn't work, it's just a lot more clicks than you need to. The other mixed signal is this one. There's a chain on one side and a block signal on the other side. They work exactly like you expect them to do, but back in the day, you could not do this and this. Because this block signal will get someone into this section, and once it's in that section, this chain signal wouldn't do what it was supposed to anymore, and that was breaking. So they added this mixed signal to mitigate that. They're fine. They're just the mixed signal I use for terminals usually. The double signal, the 2x signal, I don't actually use because 90% of the time I want to set something else up. If you have a really long piece of track that needs to be signaled up, it's probably good, but I don't find that situation very often. What can we do here? I think I want to go with total capacity 150. I like the ones that are a little longer. I don't like the ones that are this short. So let's find the right tram first. That one's a good one. No, no, no. Yes. I can only get this many. So what was it? This one? No, I really don't know. I should have paid attention. What's this one? That's a good one. I think this one is a good one. How about that one? How about this one? Broke it? Nope, didn't break it. Nope, nope, nope. So we have the first two, it's that one and this one. I want to keep them a little different, but I don't want to go too crazy. There's a double. Nope, we only have two that are really appropriate, so that's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, and then I'm going to do 5 of those once we're ready. Stop here. And here. Go. Stop unreachable from current vehicle position. Oh, my bad. How dare I go the wrong order? I don't like that this game does that, but I understand that it does. Just set it up this way and then say go there. Cool. Transport Fever 2, the other game that I play, doesn't have problems with that. It's just like, oh, you want me to do that? Yeah, okay, that's fine. So I didn't mean to close that. Hope you don't hear that plane. That's a little loud. Get you going. You going. Get you going. And then we buy the other one that was the yellow tram, I think. Was it? I think it was. Pretty sure it was. It's this one. Yeah. Many as we can. Don't really care how many we have and how much it cost. This. Hey. Oh, there's one more change that may interest a few of you. I'm not that excited about it, but it's there now. And may be helpful. It is your open hulls now have a button that tells you what they can actually carry, and every vehicle now has a button, besides train apparently, that tells you what they can be placed on. Free rail track, that's a lie. Lie. Oh, there's too much going on over here. There you go. There you go. Now get out of here. Now this one. Cool. Let's find one so you know what I'm talking about. If you go, no, this is a dumper. It's not helpful. Here. Flatbed. You have this new button now, and this new button shows you everything that these guys can load. And there are... Oh, it can load a couple of the combines. Nice. There are things like trolley buses or other things like here that you can load on these guys. But you can't really do anything with this. I was hoping that this would tell the vehicle what vehicles actually have to load, so if you have certain things that you just want to bring to certain places, you could. It's not a thing anymore. But at least you have a button now that tells you what they can do. They're supposed to also show you the containers, but I don't see that yet. So there's that, unless... No, I know that this one can load containers, I just don't see any container name in here, so... There is that, and then the vehicles themselves, pick one that makes sense, like this one, can also show you capable of transport this vehicle container. So it's very similar, it's just the other way or the other direction that will just tell you what can go on here and what can't. So that may be helpful sometimes, because not all vehicles can be transported. I think this one, yeah, I guess it can be transported mostly by ships, but same materials that the big one was. But yeah, there's one thing that's new. Let's ride on this. Looking at how empty this is, we need a lot more. How? Why are you here? Get me more. Ram. Is that the right one? That's the right one. Cool. I want this to be full enough that I have multiple trains waiting in the station, otherwise it's boring. You. I do have one more giveaway. I do, right? Yeah, I only did a couple. So let me send these off, and once we're on board of these, get ready, follow me on the Twitter. And then we can do the giveaways thing. Cannot? Yep, that's more trains. Where are they? Oh, they're essentially backing up here. They're not backing up the other way yet. That's not very helpful. What I could try to do, maybe, use this mixed signal to add some waiting spaces here. Oh, come on, let me. Nope, we're not. Oh, I saw one. There's one green dot right. Come on, there. Cool, now these all work, and we should be able to get these vehicles out of here faster, and I hope you will get what I want. Cannot launch track? No, you can. Go. One more. Come on, I know you want it. Okay, that looks good. Let's pick... Actually, let's pick one that's over here. You. Oh, I don't have signals here, so these are all treated as a single junction, which is not helpful for what I want. There you go, and there you go. Now we should have a lot more movement. See you. Beautiful. Okay, throw up. Omega, you could try that, but as it is, people just lost over 10,000 population so far, and it's very recommended to start a new city. Thank you. Lee, how's it going? Have you been creeping around the whole time, or did you just stop by? Yes, that one I know. Thank you, Ozone. Just check the roadmap, and yeah, the next update will have water and sewer system will probably force most people to restart. Yes. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss the rail distribution office already? You did indeed. We can go back to it, but let me do a quick giveaway first to see what's happening. Again, follow me on Twitter if you want some. I will sort out the winners later on. So... Let's see. What's a good question? I don't know. How about this? Giveaway. The first answer wins again. How is your day? Doesn't have to be complicated, right? How's your day? That's the giveaway. Respond to it. I'll sort it all out. Probably not right after the stream, but sometime today I will send you your free keys. Make sure that if you could win, that you make sure that I can actually contact you on Twitter with a direct message. Some people have it turned off. Last time someone had it turned off and still not turned on, and I haven't been able to give them their free key yet. So a little disappointed about that, but there you go. This looks cool. If it was actually used, that would be great, but I'm not that sad that we're not going to use this. But I mean, it's like a metro. It's a little... The pillars are not exactly next to each other. It's a little sad, but I'll survive. It's okay. Could be worse. I've done worse. Let's go with that. Yeah. Well, it's nice and busy, right? Cool. Cool. Yeah. Lee. Just got here, so they've added light rail to it, it seems. Nope. This is just tram. This is just a tram that's been in the game since forever, since the beginning. I just use it more like a metro line here, but the rail width is exactly the same. Like it's the same rail that you use for trains. This station is too big for this one. Okay, let's do the thing. Yeah, this looks pretty, but it's not all that's there. Okay, rail distribution office, because Mr. Lee, who hopefully puts out a workers and resources video sometime soon, has joined us so he can see what's going on. We have this guy, rail distribution office. Yep. You put the trains in, essentially in the big locomotive store shop over here, and all the wagons go in the rail yard. You actually fill these up, and you can see that there are a bunch of trains currently out doing something. There's one. And you're just gonna load food. That's okay, I'll allow it. We'll just follow this guy. But essentially, everything is exactly the same as the distribution office. You just do it with trains, which means you have to worry about higher capacities and bigger and higher capacities, so you may run out of things if you don't set the percentages appropriately. The trains will pick up what they can, pick up from the source and drop off at the station, but it's only a 1-to-1. So a cargo station, if you have meat, food, and other things connected via forklift connection, you could technically have a train go here, pick everything up that is available at this station, as long as you can drop it off at the next station. So far I've only seen it with boxcars, but I have no reason to think that it can't have a mixed consist of wagons on it as well. But I believe that takes a special setup for your Republic, otherwise it won't work. So keep that in mind. But it's pretty cool, pretty good. Does all the things that you need to do, but it does exactly what you expect it to do. So that's very helpful. Pavel, hi people Joel. Are there any plans to divide tram and train rail system? As far as I know, that's on the roadmap. There is a metro line on the roadmap, and I think that's part of that update. So yeah. Oh boo! You just my junction over here is broken. Yeah, you're not supposed to go over there. You're doing it wrong. Things autosave. I should probably just signal it up, and then that works. But that's fine. Is that a rail distribution office or mod or built-in? Just internal. It's coming. Don't worry. Ice cream Matt. Just started playing this game recently. Absolutely love it despite the quirks and learning curve. The learning curve is crazy, but it's super worth it, and it's continually challenging. It's not the prettiest of games. I think Lee can tell you a story or two about making the game look pretty and how long that takes. If that is your goal, you can make it happen. Not sure I would recommend it to everyone. It can be a very frustrating experience, especially if you're not exactly sure yet how you're doing things. But no, overall, this game, I have well over 1,000 hours in it, and I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon. It's great. Yeah, we're coming close to the end. Anything else anyone wants to know? Anyone needs to know? Anyone wants to do? Anyone wants to see? Just let me know. Let's see what our population is doing. Happiness is 37%. Very good. If you look at it, my percentages aren't bad. they're not perfect. I can definitely do something more, but essentially what they don't have is alcohol. They have food, okay. They have health, okay. They're relatively loyal. Oh, population's at 13,000 now. I have no idea what happened. I have absolutely no idea what happened. Maybe I ran out of food or something. But yeah, I would not recommend trying to make your old republics work with the new update. Highly recommend starting a new one. But if you start, or if you try to make your old republics work, let me know how it goes and how you made it work, because I would really like to know. Obviously, I didn't today. But it wasn't the full goal to do this, and I think I had too many cities to try to make it work. I need to figure out how to make one city work and do exactly what it needs to do, and then go from there. Also, a question for you guys. Did anyone notice it falling from 25,000 to 13,000 in the last 20 minutes? just curious, because I did not. Oh. Can you show, well, let's see here, Medal of your Republics, thank you. I think looks fine how it is, yes. Grading terrain is so tedious, yes. Medal of your Republics, truly enjoy content plus, thank you, but it's possible to make things look good. Yes, you can. Can you show the new buildings if you haven't? Yes, I can show the buildings really quick. There are only 4, really. And just for simplicity reason, let's just put them all next to each other so we can see them. Number 1. Let's turn auto build on so I don't get confused. The police station. Police station needs to be in every city because it has an area of influence, like the, I'll show you right here what I'm talking about. It has an area of influence. If you hover over it, it can just go to all these places, just like secret police and like fire station and like hospital. All of those have an area of influence that can only go to these places. And when they're turned on, this one doesn't have any crime, but you need to supply police vehicles, otherwise they can't get to the buildings. They're not walking, they're pretty lazy. And then once they get there, they will solve crime. I'm trying to see one that actually has a crime currently occurring. Maybe the big city? Yep, there you go. There are different crime levels, and you just have different things. There's investigation, meaning is it almost done? Have you figured out what's going on? Limitation, translate that as statute of limitations. This is more a timer. If it hits 100, you can no longer solve the crime. And then chance to solve is just telling you, are you going to get this done or not? In this case, that's 8%. I'm probably not going to get this done. Don't know why yet, don't know the reasoning, but I think it has something to do with the average productivity of all my workers now being 30% because happiness is super low and everyone is actually hating their life. Great, isn't it? Yes. Then, and I'm sorry I'm talking a little fast, I'll try to get to the chat once I'm done with this, but I'm also getting close to the end. This is the courthouse. The courthouse is, you only need as many as you need. These don't have to be per city, it can be for your whole republic. But the courthouse, and I'll let that build there. I built one over here already. The courthouse works similarly, but it handles all the crimes from your republic. As you can see, this list is very long, and you only have so many judges. Right now, 40% of your statute of limitations have been reached, which means the trial was not completed before the limitations were reached. So in this case, either I don't have enough people here, or I just need another courthouse somewhere. It can be in the same location, or it can be somewhere else. And then you can select what your crime sentences are and go from there. I mean, just some configuration is pretty nice to have. But there's that building. Ooh. Then we have the prison. Over here, prison is very expensive if you build it in the beginning, but same as the courthouse, you only need 1 per republic unless you're overflowing. That's a pretty high capacity, and not everyone's going to stay in prison for very long. 4 prisoners escaped. Wonderful. And then you have these prisoners, and if you look really closely, some of them have a shovel next to them and some of them don't. The ones with shovels are actually workers that you can use. And I think one of these workers, I think this one, is currently on the prison bus. You can use prisoners to work in certain places, low skill work? I don't know if that's the right word, but you can bring them to mines and you can bring them to farm fields. There may be other things that you can make them work at, which I haven't found out yet, but you have to deliver them directly. They do not work for construction offices at this point. I'm kind of sad about that, but it's the way it is. Yep, so there's the prisoners and the prison, and that is excellent, and that is that building. And the next and last building that is added in this one is the rail distribution office, right next to the original distribution office. Let's put you here. Build you. Again, there's going to be, well, the building is over here, but in reality it works exactly, come on mouse. In reality, it works exactly like the distribution office. The only thing that's really cool about this, you can technically have 1 locomotive in here and all available wagons possible. And that 1 locomotive will always go back to your distribution office and reset the consist of the train that's needed, but only in a direct line. Only will make a consist from going from A to B. It will not do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, it will not make a line. It will always have a direct connection. And after everything it's done, so far it looked like it was going to go back home before it takes the next contract, not like the distribution office where it just gets reassigned on the fly, but that may be changing too. So you can reduce your train load a lot and your efficiency a lot if you want to with the rail distribution office. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. I like it, all of this. Oh, and one of the things, I really like this. The rail distribution office, when you buy your cargo wagons, they actually get added to the rail yard that's out front, and it's exactly the wagon that you buy. So you can mix these up, and the trains will make the consist out of this, and it looks like all of the... Actually, I heard that the modded ones don't really work yet. Looks like they work right now, but there are probably some problems. Just assume that they are. Trains you don't see, they go into the locomotive shop over here. The prison needs food, clothes, and meat. You can, it's like a radio station, you can actually influence what the prisoners are doing, how they're living there, so that's pretty nice. The courthouse only needs a lot of staff and judges. Then you can set your crimes. And the police station needs police cars to get to the places of problems that they have. And then obviously police staff and police officers. Now, these are all highly educated people, and there's a big change to highly educated people or how they attain it in this branch. Right now, it's been taking about 1 month to go from 1.0 to 2.0 in education. Now it takes at least 3 months, maybe up to 6 months, depending on what they are. Now realize that 1 year, 1 month in-game is really 1 year for all of the Sims. So it makes sense. Now it takes at least 3 years instead of 1 year to get your education. Or up to 6 years. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so dorms will become more needed, more required, because you want to have that dedicated school time, that they just go to school. They don't sometimes go to school and sometimes go work, because that happens if they don't have a dorm. Cool. Scroll up here. I think I missed a couple things. Levi said that. ENOT, in my opinion, need to add mock and PCB for logistics. Mock. Minimal order quantity, PCB single transaction. Yes, that could be. Oh, that's the other thing. Rail distribution office, the only change is you have a minimal count of wagons and a maximum train length that you can set right here. Just type it in. And it's relatively self-explanatory. You just have to figure out what the right numbers for you are. What else do we have? I wish I knew you make such a complex train network. You just start it from nothing and then you build it piece by piece. And just always try to make it a main line. Omega, I'll try to play my old map. Challenge accepted. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Gilly, I wish I knew how to make such a complex name work. Oh, again, okay. Lee, I killed 12,000 citizens out of 36 recently because a train got caught in a crossover because the signaling is broke, so nobody made it to the train station that had 2 heat plants. Excellent. Yes, that's the game. And B, because I forgot to have a DO fuel for forklift garage that moved food from a full warehouse into a shopping center. Yep, that's the game. Can you hook a helicopter into a police station? No, you cannot. Not yet, not in vanilla. Probably later on. I don't see why not. Ken, Lee, a learning curve is in action. Been there. Yes. Ice Cream Matt, is there a good tutorial that shows how to make stuff far apart? I try to do this, but my citizens never seem to want to go to far away jobs. Well, it's about walking range and walking distance, and no, you can't force them to go past your walking range. Like, they will only walk however far they want to walk, but they walk from there also from different bus stations. Your job is to provide the adequate amount of public transport to move people from A to B, but you also have to provide an adequate amount of space in your platforms. Because if you look, and I know this is a lot of information right now, but if you look at your buildings, it actually says passenger capacity 500. Passenger capacity is at the very bottom, 230. So once you are at that capacity, it is full. That capacity counts every single person that could wait at the station. That is workers, passengers, tourists, and children. Any of those takes up 1 spot. So once it's full, nobody else can get to that station. Now, often what I see people do is they allow passengers on all bus stations that are supposed to take workers, and then you have the bus station full of passengers that are not going to work, and nobody's going to be picked up that needs to go to work somewhere. So keep that in mind. Last throw out there. I want a train. Give me a train. Is this train working? Yeah, you're working. Last throw out. Up until recently, up until the previous branch, your factories were staffed in the way that once a job opened up in Factory A citizen worker that was looking for work left from Residence A. During the time it takes a citizen from get from Residence A to Factory A, nobody else could take that job. That job was essentially locked. So the longer it took you to go for your Republic to bring that worker to that job, the longer your productivity was down. And that was a problem. Now that has changed, and the workplace is adjusted more dynamically. So while a worker is on the way to get to the factory, someone else can still take the job, so your productivity is higher the whole time. So throughout the year, throughout the day. So that's changing a little bit. I haven't really tested it out yet. It's something that Peter just threw out not too long ago in some explanations that I didn't even realize. But it's nice that that's the case, because I'm sure it's going to help someone. What else do we have here? Isunian, there's a time limit 4 hours for trips. Not quite true. You can extend that by using the trick that the Seraph and I usually use, where you just send them from one station to another, and then they only wait for 1 hour at the station, but once they're done waiting, they go to the other station and wait another hour. And as long as you pick them up, and the trip itself from station to station is less than 4 hours, you can extend that indefinitely. It's not great. I consider it cheating, but sometimes you need it, especially for long, far away construction that you need to do. Looks like the radial will be best for moving things to and from sources to a central distribution and to export overflow. Yep, you can essentially just reduce your train load really nicely, and I'm excited for that. Ice Cream Matt, how long is an hour of game time in real time at normal play speed? No idea, because all the time... I'll explain that. The different time... grab this one. The periods of time? No, the different time scales. The time scales are different for everything in game. For a worker, a day is 24 hours. For the day itself in a factory, it's 60 hours. For driving, it's something else. Like, don't get hung up on the actual time scales, because they're different all over the place for this game. Just know that they kind of work together, and that makes sense. Yeah, and then, I mean... For a worker, a day, yeah, I don't even want to get into that. Like, the day that you see on top of the screen, like here, this day, 1 November, is not one day for a worker or a passenger. It's always something different, so don't worry about that too much. Radomir! How's it going? Uncle Drax. Oh, wait. How long is the wrong game? Okay. Catherine Manning, VOG. Catherine, Sora, can you ban Catherine, please? Uncle Drax, thanks as always, people. I appreciate the stream and go over the new stuff. I will make a full stream that's just concentrated on the new stuff. I wanted to also say bye to Season 3. Lee Hawkins, I did too, yeah. Radomir, oh my god, I'm so glad you are still online. Haha, yes. Me too, but not for much longer. I'm already past my time, so I gotta hurry up here. Ozone, where should passengers go with the bus, or to a shop sport if they can't walk to the house like internal transport inside the city? Up to you. I mean, they will go to wherever they feel like going. Just whatever's in walking range, and if they can't walk anywhere, then they just teleport home and don't fulfill the need that they had. My issues all hang out the platform, bus stop. Yep. I would love to watch this, eating a pizza and drinking a Pepsi. Indeed. Armin, did they fix one-person playgrounds? Problem with them not working because worker walking all the time. Well, that is part of the optimization that they did, that you're not locked while you're walking or while you're being transported to that location anymore. So now you should have higher productivity at that place, which means the soccer and tennis courts may be more of a real option now. Obviously not in the winter, but in between, because sport is going to be very important. Those are really loud. Sorry I missed that. I was reading. Ken Baldwin, it's all good. Tag that way. So can you give us a tardies, a small summary of what you think about the new stuff? Sure. And those are the last words I'm going to leave you with. The new stuff is going to change everything you've done. Your old republics may or may not survive. The likelihood that they are survive are pretty small. We started this stream about 2 hours ago with 30,000 citizens. My republic, I would say, was relatively functional. There was nothing severely wrong with it. We had sometimes some outages and sometimes some problems, but overall was functioning. Happiness was at 97% and health was at 89%. Unemployment was the same, funnily enough. But this number was at 30,000. Well, We are no longer there. There are problems all over the place for different reasons that are needing to be fixed and addressed, but the main problem that you will find in your republics, if I find any of these people, is that your happiness is low, and because your happiness is low, your productivity is down. Productivity right now in the current branch is somewhere between 80 and 130% almost all the time, and it's really easy to achieve happiness. With the new updates, happiness is super sensitive and super hard to achieve anything above 80%. If you want to achieve over 80%, you have to supply alcohol. If you supply alcohol, your health goes down, but your happiness goes up. Great. Health, you also have to supply enough sport and not alcohol to have happiness high. Sorry, health high. And high health means high birth rate. High birth rate is important for your republic to grow, otherwise, well, you die. They did change the birth rate randomizer, so you have less births right now anyways, and you need high health to have higher births. But high health also usually means that you probably don't have happiness very high, so your productivity is down. Blah, blah, blah. It's a never-ending cycle, and then loyalty goes into that too. If your loyalty is too low, your happiness goes down. All of that goes into, there are a lot more factors now that change how your republic needs to work, that makes your people happy, that gives them what they want, plus electronics. It's the next thing. Electronics are more required by people with 2.0 education or more, but it's also related to the year. So in 1960 is not as important as 1970, it's not as important as in 1980, not as important in 1990. And right now, if a person would buy electronics, they would have them for life. The new update, electronics will break, and they will have to replace them every once in a while. So electronics overall you will need more of. You actually will need to make sure that they're available for everyone and blah, blah, blah. Happiness is affected by not having electronics. So you see that cycle? Everything's going to change, everything is going to be intertwined, and your old republics, I'm going to say for most people, not survive. It doesn't survive for me right now. I didn't try to fix everything, but I don't know that it's worth it trying to fix this either, because I'm excited to start a new one. Play. What else do we have? Humada, thanks for all this info. I can only hope I can somehow still manage to make my single town republic work with the new version. It's fairly small. I think single towns have the best chance of survival. Once you go past 1 or 2 cities, you're gonna have a problem. But the one city, I think you can manage because you have a better understanding and view of everything that's going on, and usually you don't have to worry about so many traffic pieces or moving pieces that you can't get out of it. So yes, I have hope for you. Let me know how it goes, definitely. Ozone. How experienced will alcohol and electronics be? I guess the start will be a lot harder. The start will be a lot more expensive, yes. Sir Saraf, random comment in the last 20 minutes, he's been doing that. RMM, I just hope 21 plus parents will not affect happiness. They definitely will affect happiness because that's what it does. Also, people that are in prison will affect happiness when they go back home. People that commit crimes will affect happiness when it's not being caught. There's a lot of moving pieces now that are just going into this, so keep that in mind. Is that what beta Steam branch? Nope. Igor, what's the crime rate? I honestly don't know because it's not a global stat at this point. I don't know if he's going to add that. So, don't know. Pretty low, or pretty high, or pretty something. I'm sure I'm not solving anything, but I don't have many people to solve anything for either. Omega, as I said, challenge accepted. 2 cities, 4.5 cosmonauts, 68. Yep, maybe. I made quite a few test plays before recording an episode. I'll definitely try to make things work. Yeah, that sounds good. The birth rate is lower. It'll be easier to keep up with housing. And easier to die, Lee. Your birth rate is low. You're essentially in decline. If you have 2 parents only having 1 child at a time, then your republic is dying. Pretty simple math right there. Okay, I gotta go. I'm way over my time already. I really appreciate everyone that came out, hung out. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for... Hope I didn't miss too many things. If I did, please leave a comment below and I'll try to get to it. Everyone that was part of the giveaway on Twitter, I will reach out to you individually if you won. So just keep an eye out today or tomorrow, probably. And I'll just send you the key and things should be good. Whew. That was a lot, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Again, thanks everyone for hanging out. This was fun. And I will stream again at some point, probably this, probably something else, probably something random. If I can announce it beforehand, I will. But I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Again, for everyone that's new, I do have a Patreon if you want to be part of that. I do have a Discord if you want to be part of that. I do offer YouTube memberships if you want to support me a little more than just watching my videos. And I hope to see a lot of you everywhere. Yeah. Oh, one other thing. If you want to be part of the Workers and Resources Roundtable, the next round or next rounds, please reach out to me. There will be a video next Wednesday where I go a little more into detail of that, but we'll see another what the first group did from the first video that I did about that. So hope you guys enjoy it. Whew. Yeah, that was good. Thanks. You guys have a good one. Bye.